good, buddy. we bring you this week's flight sim news, the Hispano Aviación HA-200 Saeta, a Handley Page Hampden and Huntington Tri-State Airport. Hello. Everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle, the hump day. You're very welcome to the news. This week, we're checking out all the news making its way around the flight sim community. We're also checking out two new aircraft. One of them, Spanish-made, the Hispano Aviation, the HA-200 Saeta, it's called. Mad-looking divil. Then out of nowhere, there's a brand new Handley Page Hampden. We're going to learn all about that. And we also check out a brand new airport, Huntington Tri-State from Verticlesim. So we're going to be busy now. And there's a lot of news, right? Lots of it. And, well, anyway, how's that going for you? I had nightmares last night after me near crash experience on Euro Truck Sim. It was hilarious. But we're back in the world of flight simulation. Thanks be to... Right, do you know, it was getting kind of right. But here we are and we've all rambled in. So there's that, right? There's that. I've been checking out some stuff on Discord as well. I see lots of people flying the 777 and they're really liking it. So we'll have to do an L777 flight soon. You know what I mean? Just to join in on the old crack. Do you know, this coming Friday, of course, we do have an airliner flight. We're going to be flying the MD-11. And that's out of Vegas up to Fresno and then over to San Francisco. Right now, very fancy. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. I did David now. No Skoda, right? It's still in the garage, but I didn't leave the realms of the Murph Manor today. We had to do one of these building energy ratings, right? For reasons which I'll tell you another day. But your man came in anyway to measure all the stuff. You know, windows, doors, how many exits we have. May have passed a comment or two about the kitchen. He saw this room and he just kind of had that look at me, you know. What's all this then? I was like, oh, well, it's a studio. And he's looking at me kind of, right. Very hard to explain this when a stranger comes into your house, do you know? But they were measuring then the fireplace and like friggin' bulbs, light bulbs. Yes, that's a light bulb. Right, all this sort of stuff. And then checking for drafts, you know. Yeah, there's a draft over here. So, right, energy rating and all this. Greta put them up to it, no doubt. Or Greta told the Green Party, and then the Green Party... Anyway, so that's what I had to do today, amongst others. So, it was busy. It was very busy. So, here we are. We've rambled in, and it's been a while, right? It's Monday's flight, by the way, we have stages 1 and 2 complete of our Tour de France back from 1903. Next week, we're going to be doing a double stage, 3 and 4, and then the week after is going to be 5 and 6. That's how I'm going to cram it all in to 4 weeks, you see. Because otherwise, well, I'd be going on my holidays and we'll get nothing done. Do you know? So that's the story now, lads. Who came in here on this wild Wednesday? I was also looking at the extended forecast for the area and indeed for France when I'm going there. So Ireland at the moment is dominated, lads, by a low pressure, but there's a bit of a high pressure kind of sneak its way up, maybe into the weekend and early next week. But as soon as it gets here, we'll be like on your bike and off it'll go again, and we'll have another low pressure. But the good news, the high pressure is heading south, east a little bit, meaning it's going to ramble its way over to France, we hope. So there'll be suntan lotion required in all places, I'd say. But anyway, old veteran is getting stuttering. Jesus. I think everything's working. As soon as we started last night, the stream went dead. I think we're still alive, though. If it's put another coin in the box, old veteran, and let's see what happens. But anyway, who's here? You're all very welcome in. Tarnish Mossman is in the house. Good to see you. Toto, 24.95, has subscribed for 21 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Toto. Really do appreciate it. Where has that time gone? Right. Jesus. Time is flying. Right. Now there's someone else pressing buttons. God almighty. Dr. Sisu's in the house. We'll get to you now in a second. Welcome in, my dude. Willow How Much is here. Good to see you, my guy. Bell Bro is here. Happy newsage, people. Right? Oh, yes. What are you doing tonight, dear? I'm going for the newsage. And then she'll slap you. No, it's not like that. Sounds very, doesn't it? But anyway, Fierce Wolf looking fierce and Wolfie looking mighty, I have to say. Good to see you, man. Who's this now? Dominic Nona, you're welcome in. First time chat. Welcome in, man. Airlock Doc is here. He says, AJH, it's time for the news. But first, we have to hear about how great of a truck driver Murph is. Hang on to your buckets. It's going to get deep. Now, to be fair, right, I mean, my skill as a simulated truck driver was proven last night. I proved it last night because the bus that tried to kill us and the car that tried to kill us as well, and we dodged both of them. Dodge a bus, you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball. But yeah, having too much fun in Truck Simulator. It's great crack. Vacuum is in the house, good to see you. Jan Race, welcome aboard. Tis the newest, he says. Indeed. Spitfire RAF 100 is here. Happy Wednesday. Viper Strike rambles in. He says, I took the 737-700 for FireFly Air from Quito to Bogota and then over to Merida. Ooh, Venezuela. Nice, man. Filthy, good to see you. PH Roy is in the house. Hello, hello. Helric, a very good evening to you, Murphy and the gang. Top of the week to all. Good to see you, Helric. Tarnish Mossman is on a 15-stream streak. Begob, welcome in. Krabby1, welcome aboard. He says, is there a Tour de France part 3? There is. Don't look at the back of my head. Jeez, look at the back of my head. Jesus, right? That's terrible. Who did that? Anyway, moving on abruptly, and don't look at that other screen. Englewood Online is here. Good to see you. Now, let me see. Proby Pete says, hello everyone from a balmy Arizona. Just another summer day here, approaching 116 degrees. At that stage, you start melting. You just melt. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, stay cool, my dude. Super Typhon, 40 streams in a row, Super Ty. Super Ty, if you log out of Twitch and log back in, you should see something fancy beside your name. Thank you very, very much indeed, my dude. Let me know if it works. Englewood Online is here. Onboard Simulations, good evening. Lee Dixon rambles in. Hello, hello. Hemmingbird is here. She says, I got diagnosed as a kleptomaniac the other day. But when it gets bad, I can just take something for it. Wait now. But when it gets bad, I can just... Oh wait, I just take something for... Happy hump day, Hummingbird. That's actually very good. No, I'm not surprised that they're always very good. I mean, let's be honest. But that one in particularly had me looking like a goat would look at thunder. Right, brilliant though. Stick Figure, good to see you. Some jammers in the house. Old Veteran 965 is here. Very good evening to you, Scott. Hope you're well. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Tritz 4 is in the house. What a great drive yesterday. Let's go for it. Jesus. Scorpio 49 rumbles in. He's got the newspaper. He's wearing a dressing gown, pair of slippers, and a glass of Pinot Grigio in the other hand. And he says, good evening, Murph and all in chat. Just wondering if Mrs. Two-Tone's burnt hand is mending. A fully fitted brand new kitchen would help, I'm sure. Funny you should mention that. Well, it's not actually. In fact, shag off. But we were having our dinner earlier on, round 2 of the pizza dinner that didn't fall on the ground. Brilliant! And no burnt appendages or fingers. And we were just saying, right, well, let's just see. Right, let's just see. Thoughts and ideas going, that looked nice over there, and what if we do? Right, do you know? So, yeah. There will be a stream at some stage between now and whenever, you know. The stream will start with me with a sledgehammer going into the kitchen. It'll happen, right? And then the next stream will be. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. I'd be hiding in a cave somewhere, going, "Do you remember the last stream? We live in a cave now." Right, but yes, it's all to play for. Echo Charlie, good to see you. Welcome in. Now, question of the day and worthy of news: is the Skoda out of the shop yet? Not yet. But soon. We hope soon. Robbie613 is in the house. Good to see you, Robbie. You're very welcome aboard, man. Soaring AJH, man. Corn Wolf, hey mate, is all stable in the Murph household? All is stable, indeed it is. Right, we're over here. Kev Sim Corner, you're very welcome in, Kev. Great to see you, man. How's the little doggy? Not so little now, I'd say. Corn Wolf household even. The household, yeah, see? The household, yes. The household. I got there. Kingsman9965 says, good evening from Liverpool. From a wet Liverpool. Alright. Calm down, mate. Jump into the dryer. Oh, Jesus, that turned Welsh. Kingsman, it's great to see you. I'll stop using accents right about now. Right, now, I was over here, look. 2 Egypts. Oh, wait, Super Tie. See the thing. House. Jesus, I can't spell. That's okay, Cornwolf. I can't read. Now, let me see. Bellbro keeping us up to date with the scorage. Yes, the Dutch of playing against the English. And the English are all like, oh, bother. Or worse to that effect. Cold feet, warm hand. Or English. We're struggling. Cold feet, warm hands. Sound out, Murphy. Welcome in. Now, let me see. Sub 42. Murph prefers flight sim over trucking sim because there aren't any roundabouts. Right? Brilliant. Now, where are we at? Greg Orr, good to see you. Tritz4 says, hey, Murph, it was great to see truck driving again. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Muse fan the devil bursts in the door with his eyelash. He says, how he is, his mad jokes is. Happy hump day. You're very welcome aboard, Muse. Good to see you. Energizer's here. He says, evening. There was nothing of interest on TV, so thank goodness there's a stream. Yes. Tune in when there's nothing on the telly. That's the spirit. Is a heating centre for the neighbourhood. Wait, it is a heating centre for the neighbourhood. Yes, Airlock. Just queue up your YouTube for them, right? Tell them that you talk down jumpers. Oh, Jesus. Crap stuttering. Oh, wait, I'm only here, look. No stuttering with Muse van. Then Dr. Sisu. I told you we catch up. Dr. Sisu is here. 31 months. Hello, Murph. Interestingly enough, the Hispano Suiza, now Saffron, now makes an electric car. Jesus. Dr. Sisu, thank you so very, very much indeed for all your support. 31 months, man. That's incredible stuff. Hope you're well. ADK, good to see you. Winkle Gassler is here. Wayland Chutani, good evening. Ranger Green. Welcome aboard, Ranger Green. You're looking well. Paparazzi is in the house. Good to see you, man. Right, over here. Lee Dixon says, so that's where you were. That's what you were doing in Vegas. Getting the newsage. Yes, I went off for a newsage there at about 10 o'clock. Jesus. Aero Leonidas. Amazing name. Great to see you. You're welcome aboard. Led Ballooner is here. Welcome in. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're keeping very well. Right. What do you think? I'm Ron Burgundy. Loving the news. Thank you, Zybok. Thub says, looks like it's nearing that time that Murph will permanently be wearing a hat. What? No, it won't. I have a look. What are you talking about? I have a grand head of hair, so I have. Look. See? Jesus. Right, well, I'm not. I think it's fine. You know, I mean, especially when I do this. It's right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just right. Now, that's how it is, lads. If this, I should have wore a green top. If I had a green hoodie, could you imagine the absolute crack I'd get up to in my little ankle socks, look? Imagine the crack I get up to if this is a green yoke, right? I'm about to ruin my hair now, look, for God's sake. Anyway, let's move on abruptly before anyone else starts giving out. Bossman Gaming, good to see you, man. Now, let me see. Liptorius, a very good evening to all. It is a great day. Indeed, and it is. I don't see anything, but I'm 153,000 from the big million. Oh, Jesus. Devil Fly, good evening from Southern California, he says. You're very welcome in. Good to see you, man. Kitchen stream, then the next one will be at the emergency room when it all went bad. Yes, that's that same. Yes, I agree completely. 98 Vulcan is in the chat. Welcome in. Kev Sim Corner says, Murph, congratulations on your self-proclaimed professional pixelated Euro truck. driver now. Well done. It's a proud moment.
Jesus.
I just like to thank my family and my friends, and various government departments, right? Brilliant. Trits4 says, should have been, what a great drive yesterday. I even got Euro Truck to reload. Oh, nice, man. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? Briggsy, welcome in. A wet and moist London. Be Jesus, is it wet? Let me see here now. Big Carlo, good to see you. We need a bigger picture of the babes, Murph. Are you mad? Are you mad? I'd be like removed from my house. But leave it with me. Right now, good man, Super Ty, you saw the gadget. Cy Murray's in the chat, welcome aboard. When is Forza, or when are we doing Forza again? I'm not sure, Zybok. I haven't got it installed, so I'll have to wait and see. I had to restart the PC, which took 6 minutes. Be the Jesus. Right, Briggsy says, I'm watching the football, watching you, and flying a Microsoft Flight Sim, all on my PC, and I'm waiting for a bang. Bang! Where's Keane Afford? What he was doing in Vegas. What are you talking about? Captain Kitten is in the house. Good to see you, man. You're very welcome aboard. Mr. Dan says, ruining me hair. What? How can you ruin what you don't have? It's a tough, ferociously hostile crowd tonight. Yes, lads, great that you can join me here. God almighty. To be fair, right, I could start wearing a hat, but hats don't suit me. Or I don't suit hat. Gibbo can wear a hat front ways or back ways. He can even wear them inside out. He just has that complexion that gets away with wearing a hat. I don't. I look like... Do you know the hats you put in a Lego man? You know, the sound. Right? Because hats are always tight around me. I can't wear a loose hat because then I look like a yobbo. An angry yob, right? So, like, hats just look like Lego hats to me. Like hair. I could get a wig. Me get a wig like that.
Look at this big ease.
Shut up, you. Right, now, what a great setup you have, Murph. Thank you, Kingsman. Yes, it's great fun in here, I have to say. I like spending time in here. Do you know, you kind of collect your thoughts. Jesus. You kind of collect your thoughts, and it's a very, what you call it? It's a very, it's a very kind of a creative environment. Then we have the camera behind me, look. Look at the disco lights and everything. And I have another set of lights over here, but you can't really see them well. How have I turned them on? I don't know. How do you turn this on? I have a switch here beside... Oh, Jesus, look. It makes sounds and everything, lads. So I have this gadget here. See the blue light? But you can't see what it's doing on the roof. Now, if I put it up to my face to see what it does... Oh, Jesus, don't break it. Look what it's doing to my face, look. It's like I have the measles, but it puts all these stars on the roof. It's very fancy. Jesus. But it doesn't work terribly well when I've all my lights on. You see, if I had the lights off, now it would work an absolute treat. Can I just turn this off? Oh no! Oh Jesus! I'm after breaking it. Now it's flashing. Shh! Turn off! Turn off! Wait now. Technology. No, it doesn't. Oh Jesus! Where's the? Oh Christ! Where's the button to turn off? Why is that so fucking tight? Press and hold this button. Is that the button turned off? Is it? No. Hang on. What does this button do? Grand. I turned it off. Right, brilliant. Now I can't see. I'm looking at stars. Right. Anyway, moving on. Jesus, I can't see anything. Nano Star, welcome in. Great drive you had yesterday, even though a bus in a car tried to take you out. That's what I said, right? If that were green, you'd probably be named Gangster. Green Gangster. That works. Mr. Dan says, get IR reinstalled, lad. Absolute great crack. IR, infrared. Huh? Who? Rambog Mord is here. It's good to see you. Mr. Dan, what are you talking about? Now, how is this different from any other stream? Every stream is different than the previous stream. I mean, you know, I change my accent all the time. I never use a script, right? Every stream is different. Yet they're all exactly the same. It's brilliant, isn't it? I don't know how we do it. But anyway, Kingsman says, you'll never walk alone. Indeed, you won't. You could wear a canoe, but only if it capsized. Jesus. We did riot training years ago. This is hilarious. We did riot training years ago, and you get to be on both sides. You get to be, you know, the riot control, or you get to be the rioters. Now, being on the riot control, that's no fun at all because, well, you get bashed out of it, and you have to respond to whistles and all. Anyway, it actually goes back to Roman times, but that's not important. When you get to be the rioters, that's hilarious because you get to be a devil, right? And I'll never forget it. I picked up a traffic cone, right? It was like the scene out of Braveheart. At the end of Braveheart when he grabs the sword and he launches it, you know, and the camera's following the sword, right? Well, I picked up a traffic cone and I launched it. And we were all going, Jesus. The cone landed perfectly on one of the riot police's head.
Jesus.
Now, it was training. This wasn't in the real world. Don't be rioting. It's bad for you. But it landed perfectly in your man's head and it caught his shoulders in there. The whole thing stopped. All the training stopped. The officers, the NCOs, they had to stop the entire thing to laugh. It was hilarious. I was brought back to the mess that night, bought pints, and I was a hero. I was named a hero because I threw the traffic cone. And then your man who I threw it on cable tied my smock. So I tried to go on parade the next morning and I couldn't get my hands out the sleeves. That's a different story, but right, brilliant. So how do we get onto that? Oh yeah, wait, what? Oh, the canoe on the head. Yes. Goblin Zeus, good to see you. Jesus, the lovely Kaharia has rambled in. Hello, Kaharia. She says, good evening, everybody. Look at those nice grey locks of hair. What? What are you talking about? Adjust your television set. You have the colour turned off. God almighty. Right, where are we at now? Live updates on the football. It's 1-1. Or for those of you who can't count, it's 1 goal to each of the teams playing. Draws almost as much power as the Bitcoin mining operation. Wait, what? In here. Yeah. It's really Murph's nightlight because he's scared of the dark. They mostly come at night. Right, where are we at? We're over here, look. Jesus, Forza I meant. No clue what I wrote there. Mr. Dan. Oh, right, Jesus. Darn phone autocorrect. Hugby. Wait, what? Who? Jesus. Right, let's move on quickly. And Cone, but not forgotten. I see what you did there. Cockspur dev team is here. Seb, 2 years, man. What the Jesus? Where are we at? Great to see you. Did you get over Vegas? Straight into the bath when you got home. Cold water. Do you know what I mean? Keep up, Murphy. I just listen, it's grand. Greetings to Denmark, says Kaharia. Dave Dugtail is here. Hello, Banana Dave. You're welcome in. Frankenstein is over here on YouTube as well. Welcome in, everybody. Great to see so many familiar faces and names, right? Nutty Snack. Magnus is in the house as well. Very good evening. Omnipresent Magnus. You're welcome in. Right, hang on. I've more buttons here. Steve Stavros is here. That was your cousin. Yeah. Welcome in. Jig Liotti, welcome aboard. I always get your name wrong, and you've told me twice already what it is. Jesus. Who else is here? It's very busy, isn't it? Jesus, you must be expecting, news or something, right? Murph watching a football match is a bit like Moss from the IT crowd. And apparently that deserved a round of applause. Well, it's like this. Did you ever watch a live game of 1980s IBM Pong? Boop. 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 Meh. Right? Did you ever watch it? That's what I get for football. Oh, and the occasional, me eyelash, I need to roll down and stay in the ground. And then the referee sees it and says, oh, you poor old devil, I'll give the other fella a red card. And then he's up, like, arisen, right? It's a miracle. He's back on the feet and he's running around the place. Oh, don't go there. But anyway, I have a nightlight because I can't find my way back from the bathroom without it. It's like walking blind in a maze. Yeah, a nightlight. We have a cat. You just follow the cat because she meows, actually. If you get up for the owl 2 o'clock in the morning, I have to go for the whiz. You'll hear the meow. Where is this? Where's that sound? Do you know? That's how it works. But anyway, we're going to get started here, lads. We have a lot of news to cover, right? No, it was working the other day. No, it shagged again. It was creaking there, goodo. You're a Liverpool fan, Murph. I'm an honorary Liverpool fan. I even have a Liverpool jersey. Gibbo got me a Liverpool jersey. The poor thing is covered in dust. The jersey now, not Gibbo. But yeah, right. I'm over here, look. Right, here we are now at a different camera angle to make everything look very different indeed. Oh, Jesus. Right, so sit in there now, lads, and we'll get to this here now in a second. So, before we get into all the news, well, we're going to be looking at this aircraft plus another aircraft and a beautiful new scenery. That's the agenda for tonight after we get through the news. But I wanted to have a quick look at this. The Handley Page Hampden, does anyone know about this? Were you aware of such a machine, lads? Were you aware of it? Because I can tell you, I wasn't. And I saw photographs of one of these things, but I didn't know anything about them. And now we have one in the simulator. And it's from Virtuava. And to me, these lads have a bit of a sketchy kind of a reputation of when they make add-ons. So I said, look, this thing definitely looks interesting, but is it going to be any good? So to do my bit, I went out and I bought it, and we're going to check it out tonight to see if it is actually any good. So, right, old veteran was aware of it. It looks great, doesn't it? It looks phenomenal, and a very unique aircraft because it's teeny tinily narrow, and you know that H-bar wing design. I mean, throw on an extra couple of engines here, and you know it's very similar to that of a Lancaster, right? But anyway, we're going to be checking this out. When you look at this aircraft, when you look at the airframe and its capability, you'd be kind of thinking, you know, maybe something like a P-38 or even the Mosquito would have done a whole lot better than this thing. But without a shadow of a doubt, this thing did its job. I mean, it did its heavy lifting during the Second World War. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, while I'm here and before we get going into the news, can we just get an AV check, lads? Because the monitors in which I make sure everything's working, they're delayed and not working well. So if you're on YouTube, can you give us a AV test, as in 5x5 is audio and visual are grand, and the same on Twitch. Not everyone now, do you know? But if you feel compelled, if the visuals are coming across, not my face now, if the visuals and the audio is all looking grand, just give us an L5x5. If we can get someone on YouTube then as well. Right, we're looking good on Twitch. That's great news. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. Right, so we'll see what the story is here now. All good, all channels. Thank you very much indeed. Right, grand. So it is time to start with some newsage, right? So I better pause the sim, because we tend to play a bit of music, you see. And I'm toying with the idea of using Microsoft Edge. What? Telling you, I've been enjoying the browser. I usually use Firefox. But anyway, I want to give a big shout out to the people who do the hard work. And these are the guys who have the following websites. You have msfsaddons.com, you have FS Elite, you have Heli Simmer. And tonight, well, we welcome with open arms Threshold. Threshold have been around the block for a long, long time, and their website, I have to say, over the last few months, they're really staying on top of breaking news stories, not to mention the articles that these guys are bringing up. They really challenge I want to read more. So tonight, friends, we get to include Threshold into our news roundup, which is very exciting because, well, we've lots of news. Plus, I have a very awesome feature I think you guys are going to absolutely love. It's called No Money Mondays, where they focus on freeware elements to give us something to do within our simulators. It's brilliant. So we're going to be checking out all of these sites tonight as we try and catch up with all the headlines making their way around. We start tonight with Verticlesim. There we go, releasing the Handley Page Hampden, or the Hampden. This is brand new into the sim. I think it was only released yesterday. So let's get started. So when they launched the short Sterling, we've seen that already. We've also saw the Tiger Cat and the B1B Lancer. The Sterling was a little bit on the hollow side, I thought. The Tiger Cat, meh. And the Lancer was even more meh. So they have a new offering, and it kind of just appeared out of nowhere. They released this aircraft before for X-Plane, as most of the aircraft were released on X-Plane, and it would appear that they've remastered this one to make it work inside Microsoft Flight Simulator. It includes a number of liveries and a couple of features, including the crew, the sounds, incorporating WY sounds with a three-stage engine sound, canopy muting, switch clicks, and all the other clicks, buttons, and all the sounds. Weapons and payloads. It has pylons, but can't seem to get them working. Animations, flaps, all the control surfaces, doors, cowl flaps, bomb bay doors, all that sort of stuff. And even the early RAF variant includes automatic leading edge slats. That's kind of nice. VR ready, and it's using avionics, using a rudimentary autopilot, and we can even put in some radios as well. So we're going to be checking this aircraft out tonight, so we're not going to delve too much here on this story, but you can see from some of these pictures, with the liveries that you get RAF, you get Swedish, you get Royal, you get the Canadian Air Force. And I have to say, when I saw the pictures and I saw the features, I kind of said to myself, oh, hang on, this looks a little bit different, right? Because usually when you see from this developer, you're kind of thinking, Jesus, you'd love to see, I don't know, more polish, or you'd love to, there's something lacking with them. But I was intrigued by this, so I said, right, well, let's grab it and let's see what happens. This aircraft, overshadowed by its more famous counterparts, just like the Lancaster or even the Wellington, well, it did play a significant role in the early years of the Second World War. It was designed as a twin-engine medium bomber and was part of the trio of British bombers, which included the Whitley and the Wellington. The Hampden distinguished itself with its speed and its manoeuvrability. It was nicknamed the Flying Suitcase due to the cramped conditions for its crew, that's what they do. It now reflects the rapid pace of aviation advancements when you think about it. From 1938, this was the cutting edge. Go forward about 4 years and you had things like the P-38, the Mosquito. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very interesting time, during the early war that this aircraft was up and running. Anyway, it's available now exclusively at Sim Market. It's around €20, give or take. And you can also get an operations manual, which I have over here. We'll have a look at that later on, providing some more information and checklists and all that sort of stuff, right? So we'll be checking that one out now shortly. Moving on, as your Polly, we are very aware that these guys are working on the Jag, the Sepcat Jag, and they gave us some more pictures here, and this thing is looking gorgeous. As your Polly, as we know, they brought us the C-130 or the C-160, they brought us the Fuga Magister, and so on. Also, the most latest release that they brought us was the OV-10 Bronco, which I have to say, it's one of the best looking models in flight sim. Anyway, they've shared an exciting update, their next project, of course, being the Jag, and we now have a couple of new pictures, because you can see the cockpit in this one, right? It looks incredible. They released a few new screenshots showcasing the advanced 3D model and textures, and I was chatting to Azur Polly about this. It's moving on very well, very, very well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful aircraft here. Azur Polly also making headway with the aircraft systems and its flight model, and the Jaguar can already take off and fly in the sim, which it's all about kind of tweaking it now. There's still plenty of work done, but they're getting close. They briefly addressed the buzz around the upcoming Flight Sim 2024. While they are excited about the new mission structure and features that will be introduced, the team mentioned that they don't have details yet or access to the SDK. So it'll be interesting to see. But from the new pictures we can see, about the Jag, it looks stunning. And like, you guys, you know how good the Fuga Magister is, so I'm really looking forward to this. So the Jag definitely is looking great, and once we get some more updates we'll let you know. But Azur Polly's Jag it's coming. It's coming on well. Now, there was an update over at PMDG for the 777. Stability and performance improvements have been rolled out, and while I'm watching you guys, so far on our Discord, you guys are flying plenty of flights with the 777. So of course we know the 777 has been released, and the team have been quick with a couple of patches. It's received 3 updates now, I think, since they released it, and the main focus of course has been on performance, which is always a welcome sight. So currently on version 2.0036, stability and performance, and they also have a couple of fixes. A series of important fixes aimed at smoothing out the overall performance, which is always good to note. Stability, so freezing issues, they've identified and addressed 2 significant causes for freezes. Also the TCAS RA fault, which is sorted. Performance, extensive data analysis from user reports led to significant performance optimizations. And then they have a couple of fixes, including the external model geometry all the way back into the virtual cockpit. There is a detailed changelog that we can read down through, but it's a decent first patch, considering, you know, how much work went into this aircraft. It's pretty cool that they've seen it. You can see all the patch notes there. So if you do have the 777, well, do be sure to go into your PMDG manager and update the Divil, because, well, there's updates. Now, Miltech Simulations, they've announced the Aerial Refueling Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is pretty cool, right? So 5 tanker models, including the KC-135, the 130, and also an A330 MRTT. It'll include a flying boom, probe, and drogue support, and it's going to be compatible with over 30 aircraft. You can request a tanker at any time, anywhere in the world. So, Miltech have been flat out. They brought us the Chinook Supercarrier and, of course, the Osprey, and have recently announced a very cool project, the Aerial Refueling Pro. Scheduled to release a little bit later this summer, the tool is set to bring the intricate and challenging processes of aerial refueling inside of the sim. Aerial refueling, known as one of the most demanding maneuvers in aviation, transferring fuel from one aircraft, the tanker, to another, the receiver, whilst in flight. Right? Talk about total challenge. But anyway, the included tankers, a KC-135, a KC-130, and an A330. Both the flying boom, probe, and drogue are supported. And then we have our flexible refueling operations. You can request a tanker to spawn at a predefined distance and altitude, and tankers are also AI driven, focusing on the receiver's perspective. This could be very, very interesting. Aerial refueling is compatible with over 30 aircraft, including those renowned from such as DC, CJ and India Fox Echo. The add-on features realistic sounds and communications from the refueling operator. The add-on will be compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024 for both the PC and on Xbox. The primary focus is on single-user flights. There is potential for multiplayer functions where the user flies the tankers and then others can act as receivers. However, due to the complexities, well, they're only thinking about it. Pretty cool, right? It also comes with a number of liveries, including that of the RAF and US Air Forces, and a final list of tanker models may expand based on the user's requests as well. So it's looking like this is going to be an awesome add-on, and I'll reach out to Miltech to see, are we getting close? I think there's already like a freeware one knocking around on flightsim.to, I think. But this looks pretty cool, right? I mean, you're flying your fighters, awesome. And a huge challenge. Just go onto YouTube and have a look at this aerial refueling. It's friggin' nuts how to do it. Great. But anyway, moving on. Parallel 42's 777 Immersion Effects Pack is due to launch this Friday, July 12th. So the team at Parallel 42, very enthusiastic about their Sim Effects add-on utility. They've already shown us the A320. Now we have the 777 on the way, and it's a new expansion pack. This expansion for the 777, due to release on July 12th, it's going to be priced at $15 US. Now here's the thing. When it comes to the immersion packs that we see from Parallel 42, right, and we'll play this bit of a video here, they are built specifically to that add-on. It's not just, okay, here we are, we made one and off we go again. What SimFX is doing, in particular with these add-ons, they have to measure lots of things like the distance of the wing, the power of the engines, everything is basically built specifically to each aircraft. So you're going to get similar effects throughout the fleet when you buy more, but they are akin to each aircraft. And you can see here, like, some of the effects, they look absolutely class. They look class, like, and it's a great kind of immersion thing as well. The contrails look absolutely superb, and it's the cloud effect The cloud effect when you're going through the clouds, absolutely incredible. But yeah, they're kind of just little effects that you'd love to see. Now, whether or not these will come into the base sim in 2024, it remains to be seen. I remember Edson had a comment before, he said, look at, every car comes with a set of wheels, but you always want your custom wheels. So I think that's kind of what they're going for. They want to see, obviously, what 2024 is going to bring, and then it should allow them to tweak this a little bit better, right? It looks pretty cool though, doesn't it? So this is dropping on Friday, lads, and if you do want to pick it up, it's going to be available for $15. If you're part of Club 42, you have access to this already. To be a member or to get access to Club 42, I think you just need to spend $42 in total on Parallel 42's website. And well, I have to say, they have some very, very good add-ons. And our good friend, the man, myth and legend, Jeppesen 2001, is now head of their scenery design. So yes, SimFX is it's very, very good. And what I like about SimFX, because you're probably looking at this going, there goes my frame rates. They do have a way that you can control it, so you can have it's smart, as in you can tell it, listen, don't have any effects unless my FPS are above a certain level, dynamic and all this sort of stuff. It's very, very good. But anyway, 777 stuff on the way. Now, Creative Mesh have released Mahoney Creek from Microsoft Flight Simulator. So 0 Uniform 3 and also Delta 47, two small little bush strips located over in, I think it's Idaho, it is, perched on a plateau above Middle Fork Salmon River at an altitude just over 4,500 feet. The airfield is just minutes away from Thomas Creek and Indian Creek. Included a number of HD objects, animated windsocks, and a number of 3D models. You can buy this for £4.51 over on Orbex. And, it's just a small little airstrip. They give you two with it. So, yeah, if you like flying out the bush, well, here you have some custom scenery now, just to kind of make it that little bit better. I do have stuff from Creative Mesh. I forget the name of the airport that they did, but I'm impressed with it. I think it's 3U2. I think that's what it is. But it's very, very good. It's very, very good. Ranger Green says SimFX is fully adjustable for various PCs and Xbox. Yeah, pretty good. All right, moving on. And this one here, Inibills, they teased their new Airbus A350 for the sim with previews ahead of the developer stream. So Inibills are having a big developer stream next week, I want to say, or the week after. It's a big chat about, what they're doing and what they're getting up to. They did showcase their upcoming Airbus A350. So they've been pretty quiet about their work on the Airbus A350 thus far, a project that they announced late last year. And since then, they've pretty much gone into radio silence, which is a good thing. When a developer goes quiet, they're busy, right? They're working on stuff. Anyway, it looks like they're going to be gearing up a little bit to share some more news. They dropped some A350 teaser shots, hinting at a detailed development update coming later this month. So this event, the Summer Surprises announcements, they revealed several exciting updates, including the first of its kind developer live stream, scheduled for Monday, July 22nd. The stream will feature Ubaid, the head of production, Michael, who will provide insights into what Anybuild's development processes are, future plans, and the journey so far. This is a great incentive for developers to kind of open the door, welcome you in, and just see what they're about. Anybuilds have, we all know this, they have exploded onto the scene. And I had a good old chat with Ubaid over in Vegas. Like, they went from being, oh yeah, it's Anybuilds, to like, poof, massive. Look at their portfolio already. Aircraft, sceneries, huge, not to mention all the freeware stuff. So they've been really pushing well. So this is a great chance to get in and see what the crack is going to be all about. It's going to be streamed live on Twitch and over on YouTube as well. Alongside the live stream, Anybuilds shared the preview images, of course, of their new flagship on the way. We had a quick look at the MAC-2 on the A350-900 and the A350-1000, but it's enough to get us up and going, right? So it'll be interesting to see how this aircraft goes. So make sure you're checking out that live stream, because we'll hopefully get a bit more information about it. I know a lot of the airliner folks, you guys really want to get an A350 in the sim. So yeah. Let's see what the crack is here. So moving on news over at Threshold. Sticking with Anybuilds, they've updated Dubai International for the sim. So Anybuilds recently issuing an update for the rendition of Dubai. And if you haven't tried out Dubai, it's excellent. It's an excellent scenery. This update includes a performance improvement. They're also looking into the VRAM overhead reduction, bug fixes, and more. Some of the changelogs here, we can see LOD optimization. They reviewed some of the textures to help out with the VRAM. They updated the scenery configuration. The Dubai Free Zone LOD 1 texture issue, mid-terminal lighting issue, whole load of bug fixes, and a whole load of fixes, basically, across the scenery. And Dubai Airport in the sim, lads, it is savage. It's a huge airport. But they also have their city packs and all this as well. So great news from Anybuilds. They're just flat out. And the scenery is available through Anybuild store. It's about $17.90, currently on sale. And you need about 4.5 gigs of hard space to throw it in there. So this news coming to us from Threshold, and it's an update for Dubai from Anybuilds. Now, moving on, Xcoder designs the highly detailed Denver International Airport for Microsoft FlightSim. An airport release that slipped under the radar a couple of weeks ago, Xcoder Designs dropped the impressive rendition of Denver International Airport, Kilo Delta Echo November, and they're looking to one-up Flight Beam Studios with the best rendition of KDEN. Ooh. It covers over 52 square miles. The airport is massive, the largest airport in the United States by land area, the second largest globally, serving over 77 million passengers. Denver International, not only notable for its size, but also for the breathtaking vistas of the Rocky Mountains and the award-winning architecture. The Jeppesen Terminal, not to be mistaken with Jeppesen 2001, with its distinctive peaked roof, mirrors and snow-capped Rockies, and recalls the historic Colorado landscape once dotted with Native American teepees. So, the new scenery of the product is a product of 2 years of dedicated work from Xcoder Designs, and the developers aim to create their best rendition of Denver International Airport to date. Custom models of all the airport buildings and static ground equipment, full 3D interiors for all terminal concourses, including points of interest like the aircraft displays, light interiors for the Jeppesen Terminal, general aviation buildings and control towers, and photorealistic 3D people throughout the concourses, which add to the realism. They also have custom jetways with accurate airline logos. This looks huge. I'll have to check it out. High quality ground textures, including that of the pavement textures, the 0.5 foot resolution, half a foot resolution, Jesus, hand traced asphalt zones, seamless blending. They also have the accurate taxiway and runway distance with all the signs, custom animated runway guard and wigwag, realistic spacing. The list goes on and on and on. Let's have a look at some of the pictures here, and you know, you'll probably just see it from this. Now, can I go to the next picture? How do we do that now? We just go to the next picture. It's a huge airport, absolutely massive. That gives you an idea of the interiors on the concourses as well, with some 3D people in there. I mean, look at the size. Like, what are they doing with the size of an airport that big? Do you know what I mean? Victorious greetings from Denver. Indeed. Alexander is here. Welcome in. 2 years of work. It's mad, isn't it? It's a huge airport. And the night lighting looks pretty here as well. I'll have to get this and check it out. Look at the detail though. You gotta like that. It's a huge airport, and that's what they mean by the architecture. Isn't that stunning? And you got the Rockies away off in the distance. It looks beautiful. It also has up-to-date layout, and importantly, its performance has been optimized. They've featured models built with different LODs. Large models are split into smaller sections to save on rendering, and it's designed to work off a number of low to mid to high systems. Being sold through Orbex, the scenery is available now. It's around $22 and I'll have to grab this and we'll have to go flying there. So Kden is released from Xcoder. Great job there. Now, moving on, Roman Design. Haven't heard from these guys in a while, but they have released Vancouver Island helipads and seaplane bases for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Roman Design, introducing a new add-on for the sim, promises to be a true playground for simmers. Named Vancouver Island helipads and seaplane bases, it provides detailed scenery and various operational scenarios for helicopter and seaplane pilots, focusing on the unique geographical and urban elements of Vancouver Island. We've flown up to Vancouver Island before, lads. Vancouver Island, known for its diverse and natural beauty, featuring rugged coastlines, pristine beaches, and ancient rainforests. Pretty fancy. Roman Designs created the scenery with several potential missions in mind. The add-on offers a range of scenarios designed to engage pilots, including patient transfers, conducting medevac flights from a cruise ship, and engaging in search and rescue missions at 3 car accident scenes located along remote roads. That's pretty cool. 6 knots is in the house. Jesus, 39 months, 6 knots. Thank you very much indeed. Let me see here now. Vizali, good to see you, man. That's quite okay. So look at this. So you're getting the scenery, but they've also included some missions. This is kind of cool. And I suppose, lads, this is something we're going to have to just start getting used to. And I think for scenery developers, I mean, for FlightSim 2024, they got to go beyond just, it's a good replica of the scenery. No, you're going to have to start throwing in missions now, things to do. How do you get the customer or potential customer, to really get involved with your add-ons? It's got to be in missions, right? So this one here has car accidents. You need to go out and check, with search and rescue. There's patient transfers. You can see they've modeled in a hospital. This is pretty cool. And Vancouver Island, we've flown there before. It's only gorgeous. It's stunning, right? And look at the state of it now. So this is pretty cool. For routine operations, the pack also includes 6 heliports for the Coast Guard, the government, and private flights. Notable locations include the Race Rocks Lighthouse heliport and a helipad on a Coast Guard ship, all crafted with attention to detail and high-resolution textures. There's also plenty of opportunities for VIP and recreational flights. Simmers can transport VIP passengers to a mansion. Ooh, a mansion. Or they can go to a yacht, right? Seaplane bases and also water aerodromes. Well, we're covered here as well. 4 model water aerodromes and seaplane bases. The bases such as Tofino Harbour and Uselet Water Aerodrome, did I pronounce that right? Offer pilots picturesque routes to explore the island's scenic waterways. Anyway, there's a whole load of stuff going on here, and the good news, it's compatible with Samsung 3D's Vancouver City Times. You can pick this up at about $20 over on Orbex. Jeez, is that something else we're going to have to look at now? Isn't it brilliant? We'll have to give this a blast. Anyway, moving on. Verticlesim, we're going to be checking out this airport tonight. They have released Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra, Huntington Tri-State Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Verticlesim is out with a brand new scenery for Microsoft Flight Sim, the Tri-State Airport. The airport is strategically located at the junction of West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio, nestled within the picturesque Appalachian. Wait, I got this wrong the last time. Appalachian? How do you pronounce that again? Apachelan. Ah, Jesus. It's up by them mountains. They look lovely. I hear they're great this time of year. But anyway, Huntington Tri-State Airport Appellations. Yes. It's up with the Appalachians. We knew we'd get there. But anyway, it offers a captivating setting amongst rolling mountains and river waters. The airport ideal for pilots who appreciate virtual flying challenges, with mountainous terrain bringing sudden dramatic weather changes such as snow and fog. The airport is a versatile airport accommodating various types of aviation activities, commercial flights, cargo, and plenty of general aviation activity. We have some pictures here. We're going to be checking this one out in a little bit of detail because I have it loaded in. And I got to say, it looks very pretty. Look at this. Look at that. It's photoreal, lads. Look, it's like a postcard. Hey, Kanzui is here. Good to see you. Isn't that pretty? Very, very nice indeed. So, yeah, we're going to be checking this one out here in a moment. Huntington Tri-State Airport from Verticlesim. The key features: terminal with simple interior to give us maximum performance, fully modelled accurate hangars and FBOs, LOD for optimization, custom high-grade aerial imagery. It's based on the airport's 2024 layout, enhanced terrain sculpting, custom taxiway signage, lights, obstruction, you name it, the whole shebang. And it's available now over on Contrail for the very happy price of about $12.80. So we'll be checking this one out here on the stream. Now, we're getting through it, lads. Moving on, our good friends over at Seafront Simulations, well, they've released Vessels UK South West for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, we covered UK South East last year, and this thing does more than just add AI ships. Because you're probably saying, Jesus, with the announcement of AI traffic or AI ships, whatever it's called, going to be in flights in 2024, which is great news, by the way, and it's free, what Seafront Simulations do, they add in a lot more than just the AI traffic. They go off and they fix all the marinas. They add in a number of different kind of bases and all the different types of models of ships as well. In particular, they focus heavily here on the UK Southwest, including over 20,000 boats. It covers a massive area of 850-kilometre stretch over the southwest coastline of the UK, and this is their biggest project yet. It meticulously models the rivers, marinas, ports and harbours of the region, from Poole and Christchurch down to Plymouth and Bristol. The scenery covers prominent areas along the coast, promising richer views for simmers flying over the areas. Notable locations such as Brixham, Exmouth, Dartmouth, Tademouth and Falmouth are brought to life with intricate detail and activity. Let's have a look at some of the pictures. The models they make are stunning as well. They're stunning, right? So we have, there's one, but look at the lighting here. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Can anyone name the aircraft in this picture? Go on, you can do it. Someone needs to name the aircraft. I'll give you a hint. It has a little mirror here to check on something. But look at the lighting. Isn't it fantastic? All the little marinas and all that kind of stuff. Here's a Brittany Ferries, as you do. Here's all these other marinas that they add in. Isn't it it's fantastic? Super Typhoon. Eagle Eye is Super Typhoon. It was that of a Kodiak, I think. Look at the river here. I love this. Isn't that gorgeous looking? Isn't it gorgeous looking? Fantastic stuff. So, prepare to be awestruck by sheer variety of vessels. 23 types of frigates as well. They also include Royal Navy ships, which is mad. It's not just about the military muscle. The scenery promises to bring the Southwest commercial and leisure sectors to life as well. And it's all animated with marine traffic. Look at it. It's brilliant. So it's for sale at the moment. You can ramble over to Contrail. You can pick it up for about £15, right? And as I said, we checked out the Southeast and it's incredible. If you want to do your VFR flying, it's brilliant, right? So they've done the Southwest and it appears to be another massive area. So it goes beyond just having AI ship movements, which are always fun to watch. There's a lot more with these sceneries because they put in all the marinas and they're done very, very well. Seafront scenery, it is awesome. It is awesome. So you can pick that up now for £15, ramble on over to Contrail. Now, bit of drama. PMDG have pulled Prepare 3D products from their store. What started as a temporary countermeasure may have turned into a permanent decision by PMDG to no longer sell their products onto P3D. Jesus. People have previously had problems with buying new PMDG add-ons, as they would accidentally buy them for the wrong sim. PMDG has products which run across different platforms, namely P3D and Microsoft FlightSim. To avoid confusion during the release of their much-anticipated 777, PMDG made a decision to temporarily remove all P3D products from the store, allowing only the Microsoft FlightSim products to be purchased. A day later, however, PMDG forum administrator Matthias commented, "At this moment, we have stopped selling P3D products. We are not sure if they will reappear. Sales are negligible, and the cost to sell mean that they don't bring in any profit." I think this is kind of obvious, though, is it not? I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's really only two big, civilian simulators in town. Let's be fair about it. You have Microsoft Flight Simulator and you have X-Plane. If you want combat, well, you have DCS and probably IL2. I mean, that's kind of where it's at, isn't it? Anything else, considering the level of detail that a developer like PMDG go into, well, they're never going to get a return, are they? Or at least to justify the work in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Sean, welcome in. Hello from Virginia, he says. You're very welcome aboard. P.S. Miranda, good to see you. I don't know, like, if people are still using P3D, who are those people? I mean, they're not the base, or how do I phrase this without causing all sorts of consternation? P3D is in use by a number of schools. It's using a number of, fully fledged simulations. Of course it is. Not only that though, but people might have their systems, and not to mention the money invested into the platform of P3D. Well, all they're doing, they just stop selling new products. I don't know where the future is going to be at for P3D, but even the latest Navigraph, what do they call it? The Navigraph research thingy-majiggy that they did. Where you put in all the information. When they ran that, P3D is like, it's falling and falling and falling. Microsoft FlightSim is building, X-Plane is coming up a little bit, but P3D is dropping off. Like, who's using the stuff? You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought it was interesting, and I have a feeling they're not going to be the only developers to do so. If P3D, Prepared 3D from Lockheed Martin, if these guys really want to get back into like this market, they need to do something big. That's what I think, because PMDG have done this before. They abandoned the DC-6 on X-Plane. Imagine, they abandoned the DC-6 on X-Plane. So who knows? Community survey, Alexander, that's the one. But yeah, I watched a live stream fly an airplane into a tropical storm, says Sean. And yourself, we do that all the time. Aerosoft discontinued NavData Pro. Now, NavData Pro, I haven't used it. I'm aware of it because it uses the LIDO function, but it was an alternative to that of Navigraph. But it was a bit more, I think it was slightly more expensive. It was a great bit of kit, don't get me wrong, and a lot of airliners use this, real-world operators use this solution. However, Aerosoft have made the decision to discontinue the NavData Pro at the end of this year. The service will shut down and will be no longer accessible after December 31st. NavData Pro has been running since 2012, offering air-aft nav data for aircraft, and it was available in a yearly, quarterly or monthly subscription form. And since 2016, Aerosoft's utility also offered navigational charts, which were provided by Lufthansa. They were highly detailed. As a reason for the discontinuation of NavData Pro, Aerosoft cites mainly economic reasons, as both the cost to continue developing the tool as well as the cost to acquire the basic data required, well, it's not making sense to them. Customers currently have a subscription that will end after the discontinuation date, can reach out to Aerosoft for a partial refund. So if you've never seen it before, it was actually a great bit of kit, but how, like when you look at the numbers, Navigraph, I think, well, they're massive, huge, right? Musefan says, I used to use it, it worked well, but Navigraph started blowing them out of the water. Yeah, like there's far more options now with Navigraph, and NavData Pro, it's, well, you know what I mean. Now, if you were to look at a chart, we say from Lufthansa versus what we get on Navigraph with Jeppesen, but they are a little bit different. There's a lot more information on the Lufthansa ones, but then again, that's for real world use. The charts are pretty much real world use. We get, I won't say dumbed down charts, but when we look at our charts on Navigraph, they're specifically done for flight sim. They remove a lot of stuff that we can't control within a simulator. Do you know what I mean? But still, it's another kind of, let's turn off that switch. And yeah, good news, I suppose, for Navigraph. But as a community, you know, do we want to see only kind of a one-horse show? I don't know what else we can do when it comes to, you know, your nav data and charts and all this kind of stuff. Chartfox is still there. We like to have a couple of options because that creates competitiveness. And then we win when they all compete, you know. Now, rambling over to Heli-Simmer, and a big shout out to Sergio Costa. Well, Sergio brought this story, Helifest. Right, wait to hear this. Helifest will take place on August 5th to September 15th. I'm not sure if I covered this before, but I need to remind you, because they're doing a huge route, flying from Paris all the way over to Istanbul. And it's all posted here now. The event organisers welcome all rotorcraft, but they just ask don't use any armed military or police aircraft, but you can use your custom repaints. And basically, it's a massive flight. Helifest. Helifest. Isn't this a great idea? Especially now that we have the likes of the Huey out there now, like there's a lot of great options when it comes to helicopters in the sim, and it's some pretty cool stuff. So this is going to be awesome, right? So you can see all the different flights that they're going to be doing. If you want to give helicopters a bash, we will be starting a helicopter series soon enough. We're going to focus on, well, how do you fly the Devils and then follow the real world use, and then eventually get them onto VATSIM. That's in the works at the moment. And don't know how long it'll run for. I think maybe 4 weeks. But if you ever did have an interest in, you wanted to fly helicopters, well, I'll hold your hand metaphorically and say, well, this is how we're going to do it. And I'll do so using my equipment and also an Xbox controller, just so, you know, we can all do a thing. But this is a great event. Keep an eye on it, lads. Helifest 2024. You'll find the information over on flightsim.com. Flightsim.com. It's in its forums there, right? So we'll have an Elgach. Now, this bit of news came out as well. This is interesting. Free flight sim training courses courtesy of the Pilot Club. A huge wave of new simmers joining the community. We all need a bit of a helping hand. And this is where the Pilot Club comes in. Their team of people are offering free flight simulation. Now, I had a look at this over the last couple of days, and it's actually very interesting. When you go over to thepilotclub.org, you can see the sort of courses that they have. They have a number of free courses, including, I mean, a PPL, they do ground school stuff, and it's all based for stuff inside the simulator. In actual fact, they'll take you from a student pilot all the way up to an ATPL or ATPL within the simulator, and you have a whole load of options. You can get one-to-one tuition, there's a whole load of free courses, and there's paid courses as well. But designed to be structured to take you from nothing to having a full type rating within the sim. And they're working with VATSIM, meaning that you'll get your P rating on VATSIM as well. This is pretty cool, right? There's a bunch of other courses available. It's a great way to get used to the new aircraft, or maybe give something new a go. There's also a mobile app and a thriving community to help you really get to grips with everything. Free resources, giveaways, and more. You can get started today, whether you're new to flight sim or looking for a chance to enhance a skill. Have a look at it, lads, right? If you go on over to thepilotclub.org, this is it here, look. Free Flight School provides structured training courses such as PPL, Instrument Rated, CML, and ATPL. They also do the VATSIM P ratings. The P rating is just about anyone can get, unfortunately. They can, but you can go slightly higher than just basic, the basic stuff. Like the P rating you kind of need. That's your private pilot. You can operate on VATSIM once you have that. You have to, you have to pass VATSIM's test even to do that. But the good news is, well, they go beyond. They'll do an awful lot more. So I thought it was pretty cool, right? So if you go over to pilot training, where's it here now? Workshops, the essentials course, right? And you get an idea here of what it is. And you can see it. Who's it aimed for? Getting started. How do you do it? Choosing an aircraft. There's a getting started video. You have to register with their Discord and you get up and running with them. But Captain Kidden says, I can wholeheartedly also recommend Flight Sim Coach. Flight Sim Coach is another one. Yes! Flight Sim Coach is another one. They're very much on the one-to-one. They'll jump on with you. Flight Sim Coach is a great website. In fact, Flight Sim Coach. I remember these guys. And again, this is all designed by a real-world pilot, which is what you want. So is the other one, but this is what you want. So yeah, you've two really, really good options here. I know these guys, there was a deal, I think, with the Flight Sim Association, but listen, it's a great way if you wanted to just say, right, I enjoy flying in the sim, but I'm also very interested in doing, real world type flying in the sim. And to be fair about it, right, if you go to your local flight school, it's probably around $200 more, but it could be $200 or $300 an hour. And you have the danger, of falling out of the sky, right? But if you wanted to get the level of the ground school and just learn what the actual course is all about in the real world and bring it back into your simulator, man alive, like it's a fantastic opportunity and experience to have in the sim. They are a simulator designed to simulate. But you have these one-to-one coaching plans as well. So Flight Sim Coach, and then also we have the Pilot Club. 2 options for you there, lads, to check them out, right? So that was that one. Moving on, X-Plane 12.1.0, the final build has been released. We're now up and running and all is going well. Laminar Research, they have released it after many months of teasers and beta testing. The current build of X-Plane comes with many new features, updates, upgrades and bug fixes, both in front and behind the scenes. Among the new features for X-Plane users are the new screenshot tool, which I've been messing with, particle effects when you break things, I've done that as well, and also sand and dirt blowing upwards to obscure your view when coming into land. Many of the new changes enhance the world around you visually, as they have changed the lighting and how light interacts with the environment. There's still a couple of issues. They still have this rain that appears out of nowhere. Their autogen in Europe has been completely revamped as well, and it's been a huge journey. And it's now fully released. So it was in beta for quite a while. Then they went into their that's their EU buildings. Then they went into their kind of release candidate stage. And now they have it fully released. So X-Plane 12, lads, it ain't shying away from anything. And we got to have a chat with Philip over at FS Expo. Like, there's some great things coming with X-Plane. Keep your eye on that sim. If you have it, well, you know where it's at. If you don't have it, start looking at it. Really, it's a phenomenal simulator. Now, how is X-Plane going to stack up at 2024? Couldn't tell you. But I still think, you know, someone who's avid about flight simulation, well, it's good to have both, because you can get some really enjoyable flights on X-Plane just as you can on Microsoft Flight Sim. So anyway, great news. Now, sticking with X-Plane, Boundless have released Glasgow Prestwick for X-Plane, brand new release. Echo Golf Papa Kilo, the second airport within the city, and sees a range of flights from the low-cost carrier Ryanair. Now, we do have a video here. I'll play a video on X-Plane because we haven't done many videos when we're showcasing X-Plane stuff. So I'll play a little video. There. Hello there. Who's that? Adam Controls is here. Good to see you, my dude. You're very welcome in. Right, we'll play a bit of a video here and then see what happens. So what's this button? Is it this one? Yeah, that kind of works. Yes. Right, friends. Let's check it out. X-Plane scenery from Boundless. Say, doesn't the trailer look very, very impressive? Over on X-Plane, a big shout out to Boundless. These guys do great stuff. Not to mention all the scenery they made for Ireland, including Shannon, Dublin, Cork, Knock, you name it, right? Incredible stuff. So Boundless have just released Glasgow Prestwick for both X-Plane 11 and 12, and you can pick it up now. Where's the price? The price is there, £18.99. You're in a very different environment and ecosystem at X-Plane. The add-ons are notoriously more expensive when compared to Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's based on the user base. It's the numbers. It's the numbers, right? Again, I mean, look, lads, that trailer is, I mean, it's fantastic. And you can see all the effects. The lighting is absolutely superb. It's superb lighting, look. X-Plane looks amazing at kind of twilight and in the dark. It's just class looking, and it's a great experience. And it's not just for the airliners. Hammer nails, absolutely, man. I mean, helicopter flying, GA, there's some really good options in X-Plane. Notable will be Just Flight's brand new Piper Arrow for X-Plane 12. It's incredible. So that's released, which is great news. Now, over to Threshold for more news. We have Retro Wings previewing the DC-9, a DC-9 for X-Plane 12. Retro Wings have recently previewed their newest project for X-Plane 12, that of the DC-9. The team, relatively new, made up from developers of TorqueSim and Leading Edge Simulations. This is the first project that began working, which was a Metroliner back in the day, and it made significant progress. So, the DC-9, an American-made narrow-body, short-haul aircraft, produced between 1965 and 82. Delta flew it shortly after, and it became the world's best-selling aircraft. DC-9, right? The 737 entered the market. That overtook the old DC-9, but there's still a handful of these still rambling around. They're a beautiful aircraft, and they're nuts. The DC-9, and same with the MDs, they're just mad aircraft. They make no sense, yet they make total sense. You know what I mean? But yes, great news to have here. No release dates, no prices, no timelines. But for X-Plane 12, there is a DC-9-32 on the way. On the way, which is awesome, right? A very, very loud jet. Shockingly loud. Greta would love this. Ah, Jesus. But that's great news. Now, in other simulation news, well, IL-2 have announced Korea. Ooh, check this one out. We have a trailer to show you. It's only a couple of seconds long. I better play something that has a bit of oomph with this one, should I? I think I should. What would work here? Jesus. Yeah, that works. Let's go with this one. Check out the trailer from IL-2. Yeah, alright, in fairness, it's not great as a trailer goes. I'm sure their own music would have made it look better. Ah, Jesus, what was that? Right, moving on. The project teaser trailer, if we can call it that. Jesus, in the history of trailers, there was like a little bit of water and then the back of a plane. Throw your money at the screen now, lads. God almighty, who's behind their PR? Jesus. Anyway, it gives us an exciting new project to look forward to. Right, Korea. According to IL-2 Korea website, the new title will be a next-generation combat flight simulator and will be running on some of the latest software, such as DirectX 12, which opens the door to features such as ray tracing, realistic volumetric lighting, and more. Other new features, which we haven't seen in IL-2, they're going to have sloped, uneven airfields, translucent water, and the next level of visual model fidelity with diverse damage. Like... Okay, we have some screenshots. Thanks be to God. Right, we have a couple of... Oh, that does look now, in fairness. But screenshots are no use. You need to see, like, right. But that does look very good. Name the aircraft, lads. I dare you. I don't, like... Who's this? Do you know... Hang on now. Just, like... Just sit in the little corner there now. Face the wall. A Sabre and a MiG-20. Oh, very good, very good. It looks very nice, I have to say, doesn't it? It looks like concept art, doesn't it? If you look at the screenshots they released so far, definitely not a new engine. I think that's a rendering. Jay Winokur, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. It looks beautiful. I mean, look at the reflections and stuff. Look at the state of that. And the clouds. I mean, that looks nice, right? It looks nice. What do we have here? Jesus. Anyone name that machine? Dakey says, always love the IL-2 series. Do you know, it's a sim I never got into. My understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't IL-2 like everything works but there's no cockpit interaction? Is that kind of a fair way to say it? Is it a B-25 or a B-29?
Hello there.
Hello there. Who is this? Hey, Carlos, good to see you, man. Welcome in. B-29. Yeah, so it's so you can't really interact with the cockpit, which is a pity, but I saw, speaking of which, I saw Jay Winokur doing some D-Day stuff in it. And I have to say, it looked very immersive indeed. It looked beautiful. I'm kind of look at the state of it. It's somewhere between DCX and X-Plane. I think that's kind of where IL-2 kind of jumps in, doesn't it? But yeah, an interesting theatre of war being in Korea, isn't it? Exciting times for sure. There's so many new simulators on the way. Like it's pretty cool. Can't interact with the cockpit. Yeah, it's not like a virtual. It's a virtual cockpit, but like it's like the freeware Milviz stuff we see. You can't click on buttons, you know. Now here's one for you. Vaco, I think it's called, or Veco Simulations. They've released the trailer for the T-38A. This is over on DCS, and well, the Talon, a two-seat twin-jet supersonic jet trainer produced by Northrop Corporation between 1961 and 1972. It was the first supersonic jet trainer, as well as the most produced jet trainer. More than 63 years since the introduction, it has trained over 72,000 pilots in the US Air Force and other NATO countries. That's kind of mad, right? The development group decided to focus on the 1970s avionic configuration due to the SDK limitations, and they mentioned the configuration of UHF radio intercom for communication between pilot and instructor in the back seat. They also have TACAN, ILS, and a mechanical flight director system. These are still flying to this day. Aren't these the ones they have outside of NASA in Houston? Don't they have two of these parked up? It looks incredible. No feature list as of now, but Threshold breaking this story. Do be sure to go over to thresholdx.net to keep up to date, lads, with all this news coming up. It looks incredible, and to see this in DCS, I mean, look at it. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? NASA has T-38s. Yeah. Brilliant. Verbal stuff is great for the combat sims. It is, Ranger Green. I use Verbal myself. It's brilliant. NASA use these. Yeah. NASA use them. Beautiful look, and you can see a work in progress here. I love this. Look at the model scan, and then you have the textures going in on top of it. That's a great shot, isn't it? Blender into, you know, that's incredible. And look at the lighting. DCS, man, some of the lighting in DCS has gone insanely good. Exciting times anyway for DCS, for sure. Now, speaking of DCS, another breaking story released here by Threshold. RK Apps, you know the guy who gave us FS Realistic and XP Realistic? Well, now there's a DC Realistic. A long period of silence from RK Apps, the developer behind XP Realistic and FS Realistic, have surprised everyone with the release of DC Realistic. Realistic of DCR marks the third edition of the third add-on from the Realistic series. The goal of DC Realistic is the same as it is with the other add-ons. It adds immersion to the sim experience. 21 effects including afterburner, air brake, drag, brakes, canopy shut, canopy jettison, ground roll, over G. I'm sure they have the old sneeze in there as well. It's also compatible with the Sim Haptic, another of RK Apps add-on that synchronizes the base shaker under your seat, and all mods in DCS are supported. That's pretty cool. So you can see it here. So DCS, anyone who's using DCS, grab this and let us know what it's all about. I might grab it as well if you guys want to check it out. Does it have a sneeze? I never appreciated the sneeze, because you're sitting in your plane, the next thing your man goes, and right, Jesus, responsible for crashing simulated planes for years. Anyway, you can pick it up for $20, and there's also a 7-day trial version which you can grab as well. So DC Realistic. That could be huge for DCS. It could be huge, lads, right? So anyway, great news there. Now, this is the thing I wanted to chat to you about. Every Monday, or most Mondays, Threshold come out with No Money Mondays. Basically, they'll have a look at some freeware that you can kind of, here's something to do for free. So it's time for another edition of No Money Mondays. This week, we're headed off to the very southern eastern tip of England, near the famed White Cliffs of Dover, to check out the amazing work of Vortex SD and their rendition of Manston International Airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The airport started out life as most airfields in the south of England. It was a Royal Air Force base. In the First World War, it served as a training base for the new Handley Page type O bomber, the largest aircraft built in the UK up to that point. And during the Second World War, Manston served as an important forward base for the RAF squadrons during the Battle of Britain. It was also a departure airfield for the test of the Dam Buster bouncing bomb, and it hosted the first unit operating the Gloucester Meteor, the first Allied jet aircraft. In the 1950s, the airport was transferred over to the US Air Force as a base for the Strategic Air Command. The US withdrew from Manston in 1960, becoming a joint civil and RAF airport, and after that, Manston went through a change of ownership and several name changes. It was once known as Kent International Airport, even London Manston Airport for a brief period. After a decline in operations, it officially closed in 2014, and Manston's airport's runway was originally built with 3 lanes, making it unusually wide. Between the closure and today, Manson served as a lorry parking lot in case transportation links to Europe, such as the Port of Dover and the Channel Tunnel, were interrupted. The airport is now planned to reopen in 2025 after an investment of £500 million into the airport. So, even though it's closed today, well, you get to give it an old shot. The rendition is that based on the 2014 rendition of the airport, and it includes custom 3D models, realistic night lighting, moving people and animals, and there's even some hidden Easter eggs. You can pick this up over on flightsim.to. And be sure to stay tuned to Threshold every Monday when they come with their No Money Mondays. It's a great idea because it's helping out those freeware developers, and this looks like a really interesting airfield to fly. RAF Manston. Ramble on over to flightsim.to, Echo Golf Mike Hotel. It's a freeware airport, lads. Loads of history, ridiculous amounts of history, and it's exciting. It's going to reopen next year. So there you have it. So keep an eye out over on Threshold for that No Money Mondays. They feature aircraft, sceneries. It's always a great reason to go flying in the sim. Awesome stuff. So we're nearly there. In our second to last bit of news, VATSIM events. Every week we have a look at some VATSIM events that are happening. And you know, if you're new to VATSIM, jump on in observer mode. If you haven't seen any of this before, we did a full IF4 and VF4 ATC ground school course, take you from entry level to all the way to the to beyond VATSIM. Not to mention our ground school document. That's all available over on twotonemurphy.com. This is our website. If you go into the website, twotonemurphy.com, go to Learn ATC Series. And if you want to go IF4 or VF4, that's entirely up to yourself. If you go into the IF4, you can see the ground school document. Click on the ground school document. There are 200 pages of information here that took me way too much time to even announce, but it covers everything, including step-by-step lessons and a complete script. What to say, when to say it, and what will ATC say to you within reason, right? And it was a very successful course. We got a number of people flying on VATSIM for the first time, and I can just tell you, like, there is so much in this. I scour the interwebs. There's so much information in this document, and it's all free. You'll see the script here now, for example, you know, pilot, Echo India, Tango Tango Mike, downwind for runway 06, full stop. ATC, roger, report final. Do you know what I mean? The full shebang is here, lads. That's all free. Do be sure to ramble over and have a look. Getting back to VATSIM, there is an event on this Saturday between 18:30 and 2100, and it's going to be that of the UEFA Euro 2024 final fly-in. At the moment, the whole soccer community is looking towards Germany, where currently the European Football Championship is taking place. On the 14th of July, it'll reach its highlight, with the final being played in the Berlin Olympic Stadium. Of course, there shall now be a lack of virtual soccer fans visiting Berlin. This we have organised a fly-in at the Berlin Brandenburg Airport on the 13th of July, starting at 17:30 Zulu. It'll be a lot of fun, right? Adam Control is getting PTSD hearing Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Brilliant. Adam Controls, by the way, he's here in the channel. Do be sure to check out Adam Controls' Twitch channel. Adam is a controller on VATSIM, and he usually staffs up Dublin, and he was a huge help, as was Gibbo and Rambog and all the lads, Josh and Adam the younger, putting together this course. Scott as well. Huge help putting all this together. So yeah, check out Adam Controls. You have to wear your Hawaii shirt on stream someday. Right, I'll wear mine if you wear yours, right? But yeah, anyway, check this one out. This is happening on Saturday, the UEFA Euro Finals fly-in, which is great. Now, in our last bit of news, lads, let's have a look here now. Hang on now. There's all right. Okay, so. Let's go over to FireFly Air. FireFly Air is our virtual airline. It's a free virtual airline you can join. We're very laid back. And every time you go flying in the sim, you generate XP. We have leaderboards. We have all the jazz, right? So the airline has now hit its figure. So if we click on home, the target of 3 million, well, we've just hit it. So it's now time to vote on a brand new hub, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, the next hub for FireFly Air is going to be in Canada. Ooh, we're going to be picking a Canadian hub, right? The following get to vote. So we have Obslinks, Big Boss, and Francis We have MDA stick figure 6 knots, Ironbird See You Later, and Helric, Cy Murray, Dougal, Rambog, Assidious, Blanche Large Alive, Two Dogs, Omi, Soaring AJ, Fredster, Andy Brown, Kim Sneed, Helric, Pete, David Bay, Restoring, Colonel Fork, Devil Dude, Tarnish, Zard, and Kingsman. The voters. These are the voters. Based on, I think, their total times and all that sort of stuff. So, the hub choices will be Vancouver, Winnipeg, London, Ottawa, or Montreal. They're the ones. And a big shout out to Nighthawk, who's put all of these hubs together for us on this one. And yeah, it's been a thing, lads. It's been a thing. So if we have a look here at the at where the hubs are based, these are our options. So this is what we're going to be going for. And again, it's a huge shout out to, well, 6 knots, of course, Kieran doing all the heavy lifting, but also to Nighthawk. He did great work here. So we can see where the potential hubs are going to be. And then the guys I just listed off, you guys get to vote. And we'll have the vote then early next week. So you'll see where everything goes in here. And that's where it's all done, right? Should be fun. Should be fun. So our new hub is going to open next week, and fantastic work. Now, let me see. Check the list. You may have not voted because someone topped 2 leagues could still only have 1 vote. Yes. So if you've topped 2 leagues, you still only get 1 vote, which, you know, we'll figure that one out. A no tam will follow over on our Discord. Do have a look out there. And our options, as I said, Vancouver, Winnipeg, London, Ottawa, and Montreal. These are the options. And, well, best of luck to everyone who's going to be voting. And excellent work of our FireFly Air admin team. These lads do incredible work keeping us up and running with all the activities flying for FireFly Air. So all the leagues that we can see here, absolutely incredible stuff. So we'll have the voting starting, and keep your eye on Discord for an update on the no tams from there. And Kieran, if I've missed anything, start shouting, because I miss things all the time. Right, now, where are we at? Oh, he has the no tam up already. Brilliant. Grand. So if you ramble over to our Discord, exclamation point Discord brings you over. Oh, good man, Airlock, yes. Exclamation Discord brings you over to our Discord, and you can ramble on in here, and you can, you know, it's Discord, you tell it what you want and what you don't want. This is the NOTAM, so all the information is put in here. You can grab the hub voter and everything. It's all there. Just behind my head, you're going to see this area, FireFly Air. We have a brand new location. It's a new thread or a forum, right? It's a new forum. And in here, thanks to Airlock, you guys can share your flights. What you get up to, where you go flying, what was your route, why were you going flying, the aircraft you chose, all that sort of jazz. And this is for anyone. Start putting in your information so we can follow it. So Airlock, for example, his one, OMG, I bought a plane. This is the story. He bought an airplane. Had a dumb idea, nothing new. I have them all the time. But this one was different. Why not buy a plane? No, not in real life, but to go through the steps to find a plane in the real world, one that I have in the sim, and then go through all the steps to get it home. So he went off and he started hunting the interwebs. So the criteria had to be in his library, not reasonable to suddenly think it was a multi-millionaire, so buying a fully restored P-51 was out. Used for sure, and not feasible to fly all the way back to Switzerland. I would have to arrange some shipping. So with all that said, he hunted the listings. He thought a Piper Cub might be the job. Then he found that it looked like a real good specimen, but looking further, it had too many issues. Then he found a 1968 Cessna 150. Thought it was nice. Total time on the engine, 4,794 hours. So he called up the owner and said, 1 please. And you can see the whole idea. He's going through the whole shebang, you know, simulating buying the aircraft and flying it back. Isn't that, it's just cool. And you can follow along with this, and feel free to put up your own ideas as well, so we can follow all this along. It's brilliant. It's a great idea, right? Sean Dale says, have I been really bad? I've no vote, but I thought it was in the top 3, a couple of leagues. Sean, there could be a page missing. Don't worry. We'll post it out in the notams. So don't worry. Where do I find the ATC helper where it tells you what to say on your site? Briggsy, go into just tutomurphy.com and IF4 stuff. So this Discord is for us, lads. Like it's just, now there's a lot of channels, right? But just go in, have a look around, see what you're interested in. Whatever you're not interested in, see up here at the top underneath events. If you go to channel and roles, go into browse channels. If there's certain channels you have zero interest in, for example, if you couldn't care less about, I don't know, Jesus, pets, Now, who doesn't like pets? You can just click the little tick box beside it and turn off pets. So you can turn the stuff on or off, so you're not going to be getting pings or alerts when anything pops up. You know what I mean? So do be sure to check that out. It's under channel and roles. Just go in there, or you just go into your main page, you know. And that's where all our Discord stuff is here. It's an awesome community. Very friendly people, and most of the time they take the Dennis Hickey out of me, but that's grand, lads. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, right? So that's the story there now. So moving on, friends, we are now going to go into our simulator. A massive thanks to msfsaddons.com, FS Elite, Helisimmer, and of course the Threshold. It's amazing, like the amount of news coverage these guys cover. And it's all for free, by the way. These guys are doing a massive service to the flight sim community. And for me, it's a great opportunity to showcase the work that they're doing whilst keeping us up to date with what's actually going on. So fair play to them. That's what I have to say, right? So the 3 leagues are missing from the document. Yeah, that's okay, Rambog. We'll fix that. That's okay. Because the PDF thing was probably big fish, small fish, cardboard box. So don't worry, we'll go with the NOTAM, we'll update it, and then just be sure you're on Discord so you can see who gets to vote. All right? Captain Kitten says, I did that exact thing. Bought a 152, happened to buy it at the wrong airport, and ended up flying it back home from Norway to Argentina. Jesus, it took you 6 months? No autopilot. No way. Muse fan gifting a tier 1 sub to Tarnish Mossman. Muse, thank you very, very much indeed. Insane. Cy Murray has voted. Man, Cy. But yeah, most definitely have a vote. I would say I ordered a button. Yeah, don't worry, lads. If you didn't see your name on it and you're in the top 3 of a league, you'll be on it. Don't worry. We'll fix it. Muse, thank you very much indeed for that. So this aircraft, lads, the Handley Page Hampden, it was known as the HP-52 Hampden. British twin-engine medium bomber operated by the RAF, part of a trio of large twin-engine bombers, including the Whitworth Wilty and the Vickers Wellington. It was powered by the Bristol Pegasus radial engines, but a variant known as the Handley Page Hereford had an inline Napier daggers. It served in the early stages of the Second World War, bearing the brunt of the early bombing war over Europe, and taking part in the first night raid on Berlin, and also the first 1,000 bomber raid on Cologne. Ranger Green, thank you very much. Jesus, 1,000 bits. 1,000 bits. Thank you very, very much indeed. Madness. This took part in the first 1,000 bomber raid on Cologne.
Oh, Jesus.
When it became obsolete after a period of mainly operating at night, it was retired from RAF Bomber Command in late 1942. By 1943, the rest of the trio were being superseded by the larger 4-engine heavy bombers, such as the Avro Lancaster. So in 1932, the Air Ministry issued Specification B.9/32, seeking a twin-engined daytime bomber with a higher performance than the preceding aircraft. Handley Page and Vickers both designed aircraft to meet these specifications. The Vickers design became the Wellington, and Handley Page, led by George Volkert, drafted a radical aircraft initially centering upon a politically favoured Rolls-Royce Goshawk engine. By mid-1934, development of the Goshawk looked less promising. This aircraft, there was 1,430 of them built, first flew in 1938 and retired just a few years later in 1943. That's absolutely nuts when you think about it. Now, they were produced, mass plants in Hampton had been formalised. In addition to Handley Page's own production line, the type were also built under the subcontract by English Electric at its factory in Preston in Lancashire. And on the 6th of August 1938, English Electric were awarded an initial contract to manufacture 75 of these aircraft. In addition, Canadian interest in domestic production of the type resulted in the establishment of the Anglo-Canadian Canadian Associated Aircraft Company, or the CAA, which promptly received an initial order from the RAF for 80 Hamptons to be completed in Canada. This facility would effectively act as the shadow factory during war time. Also, the Royal Swedish Air Force in the Hampton, including a potential licensed production arrangement for 70 aircraft, were built in Sweden. That's mad, right? It was then sold to the Svenska Aeroplane AB, or Saab, to serve as a flying testbed before being retired in late 1947. So, some of the real-world pictures here. I'll show you this from Wikipedia, look. Here is the cockpit of the aircrafts. Single pilot, right? Single pilot. And there was a crew in it as well. So you had a top and a rear, sorry, a three crew, top and rear gunner. You can see the sizes here when we look at the Hampden, the Whitley, the Wellington, and then, you know, so you can kind of see the scale of these things. Royal Australian Air Force Hampden. Like 1,400 of these were built. So they operated in Australia, Canada, New Zealand. Soviet Union operated them for mine torpedo. Swedish, and then, of course, in the United Kingdom under the Royal Air Force. And no Hampdens remain in flying condition today. However, there are examples on display. Here's one in the Canadian Museum up in Langley, British Columbia. So none of them are flying to this day. And this is what I absolutely adore about flight simulation. Because here's an aircraft we may have never seen or heard of before, and boom, it's brought to life, and suddenly, Jesus, so much work went into this thing. It's pretty cool, right? Cruising speed about, what do we have here? 179 knots, a range, savage range, just 1,400 nautical miles. Service ceiling of 19,000 feet. Ranger Green, thank you so much indeed. All the gifted subs. Deep Dish Dave, and over to 12 Rock as well. Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane generosity, and I really, really do appreciate it. So, from this aircraft, well, what do we know? Well, it's from Vertavia. And Vertavia have given us a 28-page manual, a user manual. So they talk about the aircraft, which is nice to see. Copyright information, all the jazz. The exterior model, talking all about it. It's converted from X-Plane 11, fair enough. The new version expands in many areas with liveries, 4K textures, crew figures, and so on, so on. Bombay doors, crew visibility toggle, and weapons. That's all okay. The package contents, all the different liveries that it has. Right? Pretty cool. What else do we have here then? It even has the Mad Soviet one, look. Some of the quick tips, starting from cold and dark, takeoff, the autopilot. There's a lot of good information in this, and then we have a full rundown of where everything is. Do you know what I mean? Ben's boy, good to see you. Thank you, 6 knots, fair play to you. That's all updated now, lads. So you can see all the click spots, what we need to do. There's a bit going on in this. And that's why I said I was kind of drawn to this, because I was saying, Jesus, this thing looks a lot more detailed than what I'm used to. Right? The autopilot is also mad as well. Auto controls. You select your altitude from here, and then it's cool, right? Vertical speed and all that jazz. Auto controls, it's cool, right? So, well, let's go in and have a look at it. I mean, it's the fuel system. Everything's modelled here. It's kind of cool, right? Let's go in and see, can we break it? Well, not break it. Let's see, can we going to fly it? So, let's see. Make it daytime here a little bit, so we can actually look at this machine. There we go. And we were looking at it, and as I said, the liveries it comes with are quite nice. So this is a beautiful RAF one. Isn't it stunning? Look at the colours. Now, if we want to get very up close and personal to see what this thing is all about, this is kind of where, you know, if you've seen other add-ons from this developer before, it's kind of, right. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's when we talk about detail, it's only ever all right and never very up close and personal to it. But that shouldn't necessarily take it away from flying the thing, right? I mean, it looks the job from a distance, right? You get up close and personal, like, you do have these kind of scratch effects, but like, it's like pixelated bird shit, but like, right? What else do we have here? The props look good. The engines look pretty decent-ish. Again, from a distance, right? Like when you get up close and you see the rivets and that's how they're drawn on, it is very X-Plane-y, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. But again, from a distance, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So we'll have a look. We'll have a look at it, right? Let's jump into the cockpit and see what the thing can do, shall we? So, welcome to the cockpit. And, well, this is what we're looking at. The canopy is open, and it's an interesting kind of a setup here, right? So, a bit of familiarization. So we can see with the engine there on the left-hand side. What we need to click seems to be very clear indeed, right? Everything looks yeah, we can see all that. Armrest, can we move that? No. Engine cowl flaps. Well, they work, and there's good sounds there as well. Engine control, so we have a prop. Now, the animation on the prop is weird as they unfeather. It's not very fluid, it's very, you know what I mean?
1 frame a second. But anyway, then we have our throttle. Then there's mixture, fuel cut off. That's all grand. Currently on the gun positions. So here's a gun position in the back, but as you can see, it's very low textured in here. But then again, you're not supposed to be sitting back here. That's supposed to be viewed from kind of this location here. You know what I mean? But it is very explainy. So we can close them. There's our gunners gone in and close those windows and doors, and you can see the gunners in there. Look. Okay. I've no gunner down there though. When does he jump in? Interesting. Okay. Right, so next up, we can close the canopy and that'll remove the ground static elements. Now, the sounds on this are weird, right? But they're not bad, right? They're not bad. So that's removed our little ladder and all this sort of jazz, so we're looking good. Right, so we're going to try and start this thing up. There is a click spot here underneath your direction indicator. That disappears your yoke. And if you look at the cockpit, it's not a million miles off something like a P-38. It's not a million miles off it, right? You can open up the little windows, right? And let's see what works over here. So on our left-hand side, we have our trims and our engine controls. Sweet. As we move up across, we have a number of mag switches, engine starter switches. They're the 2 little click spots for pilots, or not pilots, your crew. What else do we have here? We have some lights. Okay. Push for reading. So they're your fuel tanks. We need electrical power to do that. What else do we have here now? So your main kind of a 6-pack: airspeed, altitude, artificial horizon, VS, vertical speed, turn and slip, and your direction. Okay. Engine temperatures, very good. RPM, I like the dials here. Engine oil temperature and pressure and fuel. Grand. And then we have our fuel boosters. We also have our wheel brake. That's modelled. And then you have your gyro. Okay. Right hand side, what do we have? There is a jettison button here to get rid of your bombs. So if you click on it, see the way we just appeared some bombs? And then you disappear your bombs. So you can put in bombs, right? Then we have nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and nothing here. So the rest is just for show. Okay. The compass works, which is pretty cool. Anyone know the name of the compass? Oh no, it doesn't work. Never mind. You can't interact with the compass. Jesus, they need to fix that. I thought that was working. They really need to fix that. But anyway, let's see what we can do here by turning on some stuff. Right. Does anyone know how to fly this? No? Let's see. So we have buttons over here. Is it this one? Here's our battery, right? So battery is now on. Main switch. Yes, they're all on. And yeah, we're looking good outside. So what do we have here? We have engine start switches, mixture. We're going to need mixture, so we're going to go fully rich. And our fuel shutoff valves are open. They're all open. Good stuff. Throttle is open. Okay, so we're going to go for start on the left engine first. Now, in terms of fuel pumps or otherwise, where's the fuel pump? If I was a fuel pump, where would I live? What does that fella do now? Clutch lever. Couldn't tell you what that did, but it did something. Right, let's see if that works. Right, so we just try now. Start will we? So we'll open up this little divot here. Mags are already on. Get down good and low. Clear prop. Jesus, get very low. Okay, good start on the left. And the sounds do work if you open the canopy. Okay, let's start the right side. Okay. Now close that canopy. Good, good. Now we can get some readings now on our fuel. Get some lights turned on in here. There are your flaps. That's the landing gear. Emergency landing gear. What else do we need here? I think that's all I need. There should be switches here for the landing lights. Where do they live? So you can see where the autopilot thing is set. Set your altitude. You have all various trims. You have all the jazz, right? Bomb firing switch. Don't need to worry about that. Trims, carb intake, and our engine cowlings. Close the cowl flaps. There's a switch here somewhere for lighting. We shan't worry about it too much. Right, get our yokage back. Let's have a listen to the sound. Now the sounds, this is where it gets a little bit, right? But have a listen. Hey, Strap is here, good to see you. So they talk about these 3-stage engine sounds. So that's idling. That's about 20% power. And that's about 60%. So they're using different sound files. Which, yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so how does it fly? I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? So, we're going to go for a notch of flaps. And again, we have good sounds for the flaps. Okay, off the brakes. Bit of power going forward. We're rolling. And we will be checking out this airport when we come back. This is the new Verticlesim airport of the TriStar. Huntington, looks lovely. Alright, take our time here. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So we'll see what we can do now. We'll get ourselves lined up on the runway. Yeah, the prop textures, yeah, a little bit kind of, ugh. Let's see what we can do here. So, our lights are on. Now there is another click spot I found for a radio. Look at that, you can put in your little radio there, which is handy. Now, we can close these windows, but they kind of flicker. But that's okay. So we'll line up. I imagine this thing needs all sorts of trim. So let's see what happens, right? This could be great or like not good at all, right? So let's see what happens here. Power coming in. All right. Speed live. There's the tail up. Whoa, the rudder. Easy. Easy. Jesus, put her up there, Earthquake. Gear up. Yeah, it needs a bit of work on the old rudder there. That was probably my doing though, so I wouldn't worry too much. Flaps in. Alright. Now here's the thing, right? Turn that down a little bit. Flying this thing, this is where I think this is where they've done a really good job. It actually feels heavy and cumbersome, and it's not the most agile aircraft, but it's not bad. Jeez, look at the gas station. Look, God almighty, the power plant. So we'll circle around here, gain a little bit of altitude while we're doing it. Now bring our RPMs, bring everything back into where they want to be. There we go. So about 160 knots, rambling around, right? Fried like a HTV. What do you think of it? Like, she's no flying iron now, lads. Do you know what I mean? But I would say this is Vertavia's best aircraft so far. Yes, there's a bridge. We have to go under the bridge. And like, it is heavy. You really get a sense of the weight of this thing. It's not as agile at all. Like, the thing is just, it's just not agile. So we'll try and ramble in under this bridge. And like the gunner position in the back. Right? Right, let's see if we can go onto this bridge. Right, Jesus. Easy now, Murph. I mean, this will either be great or it won't, right? Jesus. We're carrying an awful lot of speed in here, lads. Mother of Jesus. Don't crash it. Okay, we're not too bad. So let's circle around here. What a beautiful location to fly in. Let's check out the nighttime lighting, shall we? As I try to get some trim into the gadget. Come on, plane. You can do it. Any old minute now. It's a dibble to trim. And I'm getting stutters as well. That's never good. What's doing the smoke off the gas plant? That's probably wheel of VF4. Right, bit of trim in here. Right, so we want to make it nighttime, right? Jesus, that's not bad at all. Look at that, lads. Look at the glow from the main light. I mean, that's not bad, is it? All the reflections of the dials up in the canopy, look. That's not bad at all. Everything's illuminated well. I can see everything I need to see. Not too bad, lads. Not too bad. Right, we'll try and take it in for a landing, so... where's the airport? There it is. The smoke and refinery is part of the Verticlesim scenery. Oh, nice. Nice. So that comes with the scenery, lads. So I think it's best viewed, you know, at a distance. You get up close and personal to it. You can kind of see, you know, you can kind of see where the quality kind of bleeds off a little bit. Jesus, there's our bombs, look. Now, can we actually drop the bombs? I know. Oh, Jesus. Don't mind me, lads. I'm just having the crack. Isn't it a lovely place to fly, though? Over the airport. Bring that speed back.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's check out the old landing gear animation, shall we?
Oh, Jesus.
Not too shabby at all. Got some flaps in. Okay, let's see, can we bring it in for a landing? It feels so heavy in the air, like. So heavy in the air. Alright, let's see, can we actually land this now? Where are we going? Going over there a bit. Loads of flaps. Loads of prop. Where's the airport? There it is. Like, from a Verticlesim release, lads, this is... I still think it's one of their best. It's not without their issues. Of course it's not without their issues, but it's not bad. And it's actually nice to fly. And I'm intrigued by it because, like, because this was used so early in the war. You know what I mean? Alright, so we're full flaps. Landing gear is down. Let's see, can we get ourselves lined up at the airport? Beautiful scenery, isn't it? Now me trying to land this now. Flaps are 45 degrees, look, Jesus. Right, let's see what we can do here. Easy. 90 knots. Wonder where the stall speed is. We're a little bit high. Let's see what happens here. Huntington is a great place to fly. The Cheat River scenery from parallel 42. Ooh, nice. Okay, well, let's ramble in here, right? Speed is looking alright. Sorta. Still a little bit high. Jeez, I love the hills, look. Aren't they gorgeous? Not stall speed. Easy. Jesus. Similar to the Bristol Blenheim. A little bit, yeah. It's not a million miles from that, actually. Little bit of power. Right, get ourselves straight here. And we want a gentle landing, please, Murph. Easy, 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 easy. Touchdown! Alrighty. Speed is coming down. Easy on the brakes. Jeez, that's a challenging machine to land. It's all about your power settings. Get those flaps back in. And probably want to get the cowl flaps open again. Alright, what do we think, lads? Do you like it? It's a nice machine, isn't it? So you can actually get this right now. It's from Verticlesim. It's about 23 euros, give or take. And I like it. I like it. The night lighting is decent. It's a basic machine, but I think ideal in a VF4 kind of a flight. There we go. So, park brake on. And let's see, can we bring these engines offline? So, mixtures. Okay, the click spots are a little bit funny. They need to fix that. Elevator. Jesus, what did that do? Yeah, so their collision stuff needs to be fixed because I can't get into the mixtures now. That's really strange. There we go. We can get one. I'll just turn off the fuel, I suppose. There we go.
Hello there.
So what do you think? What do you think? Where's this castle? Welcome in. Vizoli's back. Welcome in. M Dark. Welcome in. We need the native replay to see your landings from different angles. Yeah. It's meh for the price. Yeah. Where's the castle? Thank you very much indeed, man. It is kind of meh for the price. I don't know. Look, I mean, if you're into your warbirds, if you're into your vintage aviation, your historic aviation, this is going to be, oh, look at this. I can tell you, if you are interested in this airplane, it flies okay. It is similar, maybe like a 2-engine version of the Lank. Vertavia, they're I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, Vertavia. Their releases thus far have been a little bit on the underwhelming side in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Sterling Bomber is nice, but it's hollow. This is definitely an improvement over everything that they've done. It just is. So let's have more of this, Vertavia. Rizza says, I'm from British Columbia in Canada. Do you ever think of flying around the interior? Dude, we love it. British Columbia is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Right, so we're now going to check out an airport while we're here. And this is the Tri-State area, or the Tri-State Airport. It's also known as Milton J. Ferguson Field. It's a public airport here in Wayne County, West Virginia. 3 miles south of Huntington in West Virginia. It's near the Cerritos and Canova, I think it's pronounced. Owned by the Tri-State Airport Authority, it serves Huntington, Ashland, Kentucky, and Ironton in Ohio. It's a heavy use for general aviation. After the withdrawal of Delta Airlines in June 2012, it was down to 2 airlines, one of which provides nationwide coverage connecting services. In addition, there's also a cargo airline flying to the airport, for a total of 3 commercial airlines serving it. On August 2nd, 2021, a federal subsidiary was announced to subsidize flights to Washington Dulles and Chicago O'Hare's airports. It's not yet known which airline is going to operate this flight. The FAA records say the airport had 115,000 passenger boardings in 2010. That was up 10% on the previous year. The first airline flights were in the Piedmont DC-3 in and around the end of 1952. Eastern Airlines provided jet services in July 1968 using a DC-9. And the airport is the second busiest airport in West Virginia after Yeager Airport in Charleston. Huntington Tri-State Airport has the second longest runway in West Virginia. The airport is replacing lights in the terminal and hangars with LEDs as of November 2021. The airport covers 1,300 acres, elevation of 828 feet, with one runway, which is 12 and 7,000 by 150 feet. In the year ending December 2022, the airport had 11,000 aircraft operations. So yeah, it's nice, right? But what do we know of it from Verticlesim? Ooh, well, let's have an old read up. So, we'll bring it over onto the screen, lads. Located right in the heart of the Tri-State area. It's on the border, we've read that. Fly your A319 or 320 down to sunny Florida. Ooh. Or take a 757. Not to mention E-jets. So we have a terminal with simple interior for maximum performance, LODs. It's based on the 2024 layout, custom taxiway signage, high resolution. It includes a GSX profile, and you can spawn your aircraft, be it an airliner, on the helipad, general aviation, or that of a business jet. 1.5 gigs is the size of the install, and we can pick it up over on Contrail. And well, let's go in now and have a gawk at the machine, shall we? So it's an airport, and we're over here at the Piedmont. Yes, sorry. We're here at the cargo area, and as you can see, it looks very good. Look, they use like photoreal textures. This is kind of nice. I wonder will there be a Skoda? Surely there'll be a Skoda, lads. So we got some people out here in the apron. You have the FedEx building, you have FedEx trucks, you have a ton of ground objects. You have nice taxiway lines. They're actually in very good resolution. Jeez, you can get a 767 in here. Nice. These are nice assets, aren't they? Very nice. Okay, so there's the FedEx building. All our trucks and all this sort of stuff. Man alive, look at the height. Jesus, look at the height. What make of machine is that? It's a Volkswagen. If it was a Skoda now. Airport maintenance area. Okay. What's down this way though? Look, there's more to see. All the buildings and stuff. There's a load of ground clutter, isn't there? I'm a little bit kind of scratching my head because we do have a perimeter fence on one side. I think if the developer could throw it on the other side, we'd be just laughing altogether. Oh, this is kind of nice. General aviation stuff. Yeah. Animated people on the ground as well. It looks the job. Ah, nice. You have your own hangar. Your own T hangar. I love it. I love it. And no doubt you can spawn from this area in here as well. This is awesome, isn't it? I love that. Down with the fuel. A couple of more buildings down here as well. There's a fair bit going on here, isn't there? It's a fairly big, it's a fairly big site. The layout is interesting because it's kind of like long and narrow. Like when you look at this area here, look. I'm just thinking that perimeter fence, if you can put it on the left side, that'd just be deadly. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's ramble in this way. I've been watching your streams for a while now, Murph, and been following a wee bit, and I gotta say, keep up the streams. Great and hilarious. Thank you very much indeed. Brendan, you're very kind. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, my dude. Okay, let's go over and have a look at the other buildings here. For such a small airport, it can take a 7.5 or a 7.6. That's deadly, isn't it? Go by the fence by the open hangar for a burger. Open hangar, as in the T hangar. Man, back where we were. Right now. Maybe there's another one. Oh wait, hang on, look, it is fenced here though. It's fenced in some areas. Oh, look at this, there's a barbecue. Ah, brilliant. Dog, if you go near that burger now, you're going out for a very long walk off a very short plank. They have a barbecue with visual effects on the barbecue. Would you get out of town? That's very good, isn't it? I like that. Frank is cooking Franks. He is. And Furter is the name of the dog. Yeah, I like that now. We'll check out the night lighting here now shortly as well. So I like the elevation. Okay, so here's the FedEx building. Then just a hangar. Right, a couple of hangars. Yes, yes, yes. I like the texturing is very good, isn't it? The texturing is friggin' excellent. Right, let's ramble over this way. We have some sort of a terminal here, is it? The ARFF building? Anyone know what that is? Fire control, maybe? And we do have a bit of an interior look. Not very good. It's like an FBO nearly, isn't it? What's he looking up? Ah, look at the car rental. Hurts. Right now. Ah, yes. There's no Skodas. It's basic, but it works, doesn't it? They're having some pizza. Pilot magazine. Very nice. How does it feel? Jesus. Airport aircraft firefighting. Oh, good man. I wish he made the hangars door open. I wish he made the hangars door open. The hangars are open. Is there anything in the hangars? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. What about this one? No. Okay. Well, who knows? Verticlesim, they might. They might. Okay, moving over now towards this area. Here's their gates. Ah, look at this. I'm liking this. It's a bit like, it's not unlike Kerry Airport. Basic terminal. Jesus, they're having a Barney. And did you see the price of denim these days? I mean, come on, Kathleen. They're absolutely outrageous. I mean, who in the right mind is spending all the money on denim at the price they're at? Yeah, oh, Jesus, it's terrible. Oh, Jesus, let's leave them alone. They're getting very, look at your man there trying to fit his bag in. So he's like, ah, Jesus, it won't fit in. Your man's bag won't fit in. Ah, brilliant. Right, okay. Let's move across. Let's move across. There is a tower there. We'll have to check it out in a moment. Car models. Mercedes, look. Nice. Volkswagen. Matt, the elevation is done really well, isn't it? Although, that's a steep kind of a, isn't it? Right now, of all the cars, hang on a second now. Of all the cars, lads, don't tell me there's not a Skoda in the mix. There's not a single Skoda. Oh, Jesus. Right, let's have a look at this now. Oh, that is nice. Look at the layout here, look. Animated flags. Nice, nice. Right, let's ramble in with the front door. Jesus, Frank gets around, doesn't he? She's having to go with Frank now. Jesus. Alright, so a basic terminal interior, which is, well, better to have one than not have one, I suppose. Elevation is yeah, it is. It can be really awkward. Really, really awkward. Let's go up here and have a look at the control tower. Yes, yes. Basic, but it does the job, right? I kind of like this place. Right, let's lower the old lighting down a bit. Ooh. Bit of night lighting, do you know what I'm saying? Well, now that's kind of pretty, lads, isn't it? That is pretty. Let's have a look back here now. I like that. The cars have good lighting. The rotating beacon on top of the control tower is very good. That's good and bright. Yeah, the car park lighting is good. We have a nice sign down. Jeez, look at the surrounding area. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's nice, isn't it? That's very nice. Let's ramble over this way now. Check out the other areas. Look at the lighting on the FedEx building. Parallax glass in there as well. That's nicely done, isn't it?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
It's a big 10-4, good buddy. Jay Booth, thank you very much indeed. 6 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane support, my dude. Thank you very much. Oh, look at the taxi lighting down here. This is pretty. And it's not the usual dead straight line. It's like, because they never are. Mainly because people knock over them. That's kind of nice as well, isn't it? The taxi light.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're out barbecuing at night time as well. I mean, that's what it's all about. They're hardcore for the barbecue. Let's make it proper night time now.
Hey, good buddy.
I'm liking the lighting. Many thanks for the subscribe on YouTube. Welcome in. The lighting is beautiful.
Hello there.
This is really nice. Hello there. Bull God, welcome in. Yeah, it's going to be hard to see the burgers without the lighting. Look at the spill lighting though, isn't it nice? Here's a real test now. What's she like in the rain? 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 Rain. Oh, yes. Look at the reflections though. Ah, brilliant. Jesus, that's very well done. I love when they do that. It's photo friggin' perfect, isn't it? Look at that, lads. Ah, look at that. Look at the reflections. That's proper use of those materials. That's looking down onto our little airplane down there, look. That's class, isn't it? No plug-in, lad. This is the scenery.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
There's stuff happening. The Ripper, thank you very much indeed. 11 months, my dude. Thank you very much indeed. Insane support. Yeah, they've done a great job here with the reflections. Look at the cut of them. What's it like the far side? You know. Oh, it gets even better. Look at that, lads. Jesus, that's insane looking, isn't it? Look at the cut of it. That's really good. Where's the front of the airport? Here's the FedEx building. Will we get the FedEx sign reflecting in the ground? We do! We do! Look! Ah, that's brilliant. Look at that. That's very tidy, isn't it? Hang on, get the camera just right. Because you can see the FedEx in the... Look at that, lads. Isn't that brilliant? Ah, Jesus, then. That's very, very good. Right, we'll go back to the front of the airport. Hang on. Jez, I'm loving the night lighting. Isn't it brilliant? Oh, look at the state. And here's the thing, right? Do you know, when we look at just an airport or just the scenery, you're kind of thinking, meh, it's just a scenery, right? But like, if you can do this sort of stuff and say, can you imagine now, you know, you want to fly into this airport, it's you know, hound and rain, it's going to be nighttime, you're doing a cargo run. Do you know what I mean? It's just the experience it can give you. It's done very, very well. And like something like nighttime textures in the rain, these things are overlooked all the time. And when a developer just says, no, I can do the thing with the stuff, like the difference it makes. It just makes it very, very immersive for us. Do you know what I mean? Great work, though. Absolutely great work. Back down to our FedEx building. That's our aircraft. How can we capture the FedEx sign? We can. Look, you can see the reflection of the FedEx sign. I love that. It's done very well, isn't it? It's very impressive, lads. Just cast my vote for the new hub. Nice airport. Oh, nice, Links. Mind yourself. Uh-oh. Are we gonna get a CTD? I think we're gonna get a CTD. Oh no, we're alive! We're alive! Although it's under pressure. The sim is under pressure. Resume. Make it daytime. And there's all our rain again. That's mad, isn't it? So, great work here from Verticlesim. They've done a great job, and this is the new Tri-State Airport. What a great job, lads, isn't it? Great job. Frankie, good to see you. So, let's tidy up the old Weja. But like, look at the textures even during the day. Like, you can see it. Like, they're highly detailed, aren't they? Aren't they? Like, they're very good, lads. So it's a very basic, simple airport, right? But you know, it's very basic, but it's very nice. It's very, very nice. So this is Huntington Tri-State Airport. For Microsoft Flight Simulator from Verticlesim. It's available now. You can pick it up over on Contrail or over on simmarket.com. It's around $12.80. Highly recommend it, lads, because it looks nice and a very interesting place to go flying. Look at this. Look at the area, like, and like a proper challenging airport and challenging runway. Jesus, I didn't see any of this. They've included in all this stuff. Look, all the military side of the house. Look. Jesus, there's a barracks here and everything. Hang on a second. United States Armed Forces Reserve Center, Huntington, West Virginia. Ah, for God's sake, isn't this class? Didn't even realise to put that in there. APCs and trucks and all sorts of jazz. Humvees. Ah, this is very good. But wait, there's more. There is more, look. Now, they don't seem to use the airport, but they do have a link to the airport, which is interesting. So maybe they use helis? Maybe, maybe not. There is perimeter fencing. There's just one area that didn't have it. But we're still good. And then, of course, you do have that. We'll go down to the gas factory here now as well, or the power plant. Like, look at the drop. Look at the drop. You got that wrong in your approach. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, lads, if you got that wrong in your approach, you'd be shagged. And that's a challenge, because, like, you've high ground, then it goes low ground. Can you imagine what the wind would be doing over here? That's awesome. And then we have this factory. And they've even included the flames. Now, I don't know, is that them after including the fire, or is that We Love VF4? That I'm unsure, but it looks impressive. Oh, yes. That's class looking, isn't it? The National Guard base, but it's not an aviation unit. Ah, gotcha, okay. That's cool, isn't it? A big gas factory. It's gas, isn't it? It's done very well, but it's a phenomenal visual reference point as well, isn't it? Those are models, so you get this with the scenery, lads. That's class. Very, very well done, Verticlesim. And then look at the approach lights up to the runway, look. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah, lads. Very, very good indeed. Right, well done to Verticlesim. That was awesome. Getting to show that one off. Great bit of work there. And as I say, you can pick it up for about $12.80. Do we like it? I think it's very nice. I think it's very nice. Looks very We Love VF4-ish. Yeah, it's a bit like it, but no, it's their own. It's all modelled by Verticlesim. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right, lads, for our last hurrah this evening, we're going to be checking out another aircraft. This one from the Hispano Aviation. It's the HA-200. So let's go over and have a now. Gawk at it, shall we? So let me see. HA-200. There's the HA. It's sold in two variants. You have the Super or the Basic. We're going to go with the Super. We're going to pick a mad looking livery. Let's go with that one. And I'll ramble over to Duxford with this one. Somewhere different, right? Let's go to Duxford to see what we can see, right? But yeah, let's have a look here now. So this one released by a developer called Aviation Español. Very good. This aircraft, it was a Spanish ground attack aircraft and training, ground attack and training aircraft designed by Juan de la Cruz Martin Albo, Rafael Rubio Elola, and Willie Messersmith in the 1950s. The prototype, equipped with two French Turbomeca Marborie 2 turbojets and without armament, made it the first flight under the controls of a test pilot, Fernando Juan Valente, on the 12th of August 1955 from the runway of the San Pablo Aerodrome in Seville. The HA-220 Super Saeta is a single-seat ground attack version of the HA-200, which was the first Spanish jet, the first Spanish aircraft with a pressurized cabin, and also the first Spanish aircraft exported. The second seat was replaced by a self-sealing fuel tank equipped with more powerful Turbomeca Marborie 6 engines, and containers for rockets and underwing mounts and launchable payloads. Oh, this aircraft is around $16 over on Sim Market, right? So let's get ourselves up and running here now, so we can actually see what we're doing. So we'll check it out. So this is the aircraft. Looks like I'm got a lot of money to spend if they ask. I say Murph. Briggsy, just say Murph did it. Yeah. Didn't realise it was going to have a loadout options. Yeah. Mr. 90, good to see you. Shetty Mentor is here as well. Welcome in. Right, now, the weather. Let's, the old British weather is great crack now, don't get me wrong, but like, you know what I mean? Let's do one of them. Let's do one of them. Let's do one of them. And let's do one of them. Right, nice and bright so we can actually see what we're doing here. So, this is the aircraft that we're looking at. What do we think? So, okay, yes, a number of Spanish were involved in the design of this, but if they had Willie Messersmith, this is a Messersmith design. The jet engine, as in the intakes, very familiar to a number of other aircraft of the early kind of jet. The early jets, isn't it? It's a nice looking machine, this, isn't it? It's a nice looking plane. Rocket pods, bombs, or fuel. Tip tanks on the wings. Everything looks better with tip tanks, I'm just saying. So a Spanish aircraft. Spain, well, technically Spain neutral during the Second World War. They had enough of their own problems. But yeah, this is It looks to be well put together, lads, doesn't it? This is the first aircraft from this developer. Jesus, look at the exhaust here, color. I suspect this thing is going to be shocking loud. You know what I mean? The details on the landing gear, basic, very basic, but the textures look pretty good. Not too shabby. And the main landing gear, or sorry, the nose wheel, again, they're basic, but not too shabby. You have pitot heats on the front. That's interesting. That's what the pitot heats are. And then when it comes to armament, I imagine these are our machine guns. They are. So machine guns built into the nose. Okay. It looks interesting, doesn't it? Doesn't it? All right, okay. Let's get a little bit more kind of up close and personal to it. So let's jump into the cockpit. Can we open the canopy, lads? Can we open the canopy? Oh, Jesus. Don't know what that did. Oh, they're all electrics. Okay. Now, I don't see a click spot on the canopy. Murph, you should always check the manual to see, does it come with a manual? Let's see. There's no manual. All right, okay, never mind. All right, let's see what we can figure out here. So, let's see now. Flaps. Yes. It's an interesting canopy, isn't it? What does that say now? Counter button. What does that do? Does it say anything? Engines. Throttle. Flaps. Weapons. They don't work. That doesn't work. Oxygen. Transponder. Circuit breakers don't work. Oxygen does work. Radio. Lighting, it looks like. Inverter, it looks like. What's this now? Temperature. Okay. What else do we have? No click spots from what I can see. For the canopy, at least. I don't think we... Can we open the canopy? It's all in Spanish, yeah. Manuel! What does that do? Oh, we can open the canopy. Brilliant. Ah, brilliant. It's instantly better. You can open the canopy. That's mad. And look, the back seat became a fuel tank in this version. The other one has 2 seats. Oh, that's kind of nice, isn't it? I like the look of this plane. Right. Ooh, electricity. If I was electric... Oh, I'm over here. Battery. We have sounds. Generator. Convert to your authorities. Generators. Let's go with that. Very, very basic. No EFB. No nothing. Fuel tanks. Boosters? I think there's an APU. There is an APU. Press and hold. Okay, APU coming up. Wait for a little green light. We set our engine start switch. We should have a little APU. Hey, green light. Okay, APU is up and running. Okay, it's going to be a startup, lads.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour,
oh yeah,
you're gonna see some serious shit.
Let's see what happens here now. We'll keep the canopy open as we start it up. This is going to get loud, right? So we'll go for a start. Left or right? Okay, we go left. We have turbine spinach. See the RPM rising? Very similar to a Fuga. There's 20% introducing fuel. What's going to happen? Wait for it. Will she fire? I have everything in. I forgot to turn on the fuel. Okay, we have fuel. Close our canopy. Okay, we'll start the right side. Sounds are a little bit meh, aren't they? Dogs are running from here far and wide. Better get into the air quick. Oh, the high pitched. I'll fix that now in a second. Okay. Fuel in. Let's see if she fires. Thinking about it. Do we need to click the little button? Yes. Alright, engine start good. Hey, Pew, bring it down. Is that our sound? That's our sound. Outside the aircraft? Okay, the sounds are a little bit kind of meh.
Can I get a refund? Jesus.
It's very, very loud. It's shocking loud outside. Inside, not too bad. Right. Yeah, the engine sounds aren't great, lads. Unfortunately. Bit of lights. External lights, yes. There's all our lights on. Okay, good stuff. Right, parking brake coming off. And let's ramble out. Sounds like yeah, the sounds aren't great. If Fallout had jets, right? I don't think it looks terrible. I think it's an awesome looking plane, but the sounds aren't great. Like, it's super loud, which is grand. Maybe a bit too loud. It's just the jet sounds they have, they just don't sound great. It's like, if you know, it's a very kind of shallow recording, you know what I mean? Let it move. Oh, she's going to move now in a second. So we're going to see what the thing can do, right? You can see the design, like, you know, Messerschmitt is all over this thing. Okay. Yeah, the sounds are weird. But anyway, let's give it a bash and see what happens. Flaps set for takeoff. Power coming in. Off the brakes. It's really let down by its sounds. All right, speed alive. There's 90 knots. Upsy daisy. Pause ready to climb. Gear coming up. You have a terrible rumble sound inside the aircraft whilst you're flying. That's never good. It's like ground roll is still there. Sounds are just not good, lads. Mind your ears. It's a letdown because it's a nice looking machine, isn't it? I've immediately stalled it and now we're going to die. Ah, Jesus, Murphy. Shh, shh. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Bloody hell. Right. Be careful not to stall the thing, Murph. Jesus. How do we stall at 150 knots? Right, hang on a second. Let's test out the owl aerodynamics, right? Let's give it a roll. Not bad. Feels good. What about elevator? Not bad. Inverted. Not bad. It handles okay, lads. What's the rudder input like? Flight model seems okay. Flight model seems okay, lads. Just the sounds are crap. So a flight past? No. No. The sounds are not good. The sounds are not good. What do we like for night lighting? Ooh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I like that. They have these lights on the wings as well. They're interesting. The lights are good. So the visuals are actually quite good. It's the friggin' sounds are horrendous. That's the problem. So if you can, like, the formation lights, yeah. If you can replace the sounds, or if they can update the sounds, I think this would be very good. It's an interesting airplane. It handles quite well. I think they've done a great job modeling it. It looks great. You have options for weapons. It's agile, but not too much. Has an interesting speed brake. Check that out. Oh, nice. That's a speed brake. Landing gear animation. It's also done very well. But their sounds are crap. If they can fix the sounds, you've got yourself something very good. I want to love this plane. I really do. It's interesting and there's history in it and it's something different. But, I don't know. It's a devil to stall as well. Look at that. We went right back there. 150. About 200 knots. Like, it's 1950s. Like, you're not going to be very fast in this thing. But, like, look at the reflections and all that. Visually, I think they've done an alright job here, lads. It's just the sound is crap. Maybe the weird engine exhaust configuration sounded crap in real life as well. Nah. This is like, it's like a spatial sound thingy. There's no depth to it at all. Like, at all. Like, you can hear it. You know what I mean? And inside is really bad. It's like it's double audio or triple audio or... You know what I mean? It's a shame, but look at, lads, I mean, visually, it's great. Price-wise, $16. It's a good start for this developer. This is their first outing in the sim. So yes, their sound, not so good, but visually, I think they've done a great job here. I mean, it's a basic aircraft, right? But it works, for the most part. I've seen worse. Just the sounds aren't great. But it looks nice. It looks very nice. Definitely a unique design though, isn't it? How fast can it go? I think about 250 knots. Yeah, like, do you know, I want to really like it more. If they can do something with the sounds, I think we'd be in for an absolute treat, lads. You know that? I really think we would. So, there we shall leave it at that, friends. So, yeah, the noise is, yeah, you'd end up turning off the noise. You know what I mean? Where's the sun? There we go. There's a nice scenic shot. So there you have it, lads. The Hispano Aviation HA-200 and the 220, the Saeta, released now for Microsoft Flight Sim. You get over on simmarket.com. It's if they could do something with the sounds, we're laughing. If not, no, we're absolutely not. But anyway, lads, that's going to be all for this evening. I want to thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in and for keeping us company. A shout out to, of course, msfsaddons.com, FS Elite, Helisimmer, and now to Threshold as well. Awesome stuff and great work with the news. Verticlesim, thank you very much for letting us showcase your brand new Tri-State Airport, that in Huntington. And of course, then to our two aircraft, we had a look at the Verticlesim gadget, and then this gadget. It's been a thing, right? It's been a thing. So we're back to you on Friday night. I might be around tomorrow for a VATSIM flight. I'm not sure yet, but 100% Friday night we're going to be taking the MD-11 freighter for a cargo haul out of Las Vegas. We're going to stop at Fresno and then over to San Francisco. So that's the plan for Friday night. So lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed for the raids, for the follows, for the subscribes, for the bits, and everyone on YouTube for all the likes as well, and all the new subscribers. Thank you all so very much indeed. And we shall catch you on Friday. Till then, take care.
Bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start of the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons! Right, that needs to go, fat. But in fairness, though. Right, do you know, I mean... The posture, right? I'm talking about me, of course, right? But anyway, quick, before we're in trouble.
I suppose you did this on purpose.
No, I didn't do anything.
Just to prove that I wasn't looking at them.
I wasn't looking at anything. I was looking deep into her eye.
Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is... Listen. It's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. Oh, power off.